With a final glance at the withering tree, the gunslinger vanished into the desert. The dying tree, the only truth left in it. Sabin, you walk alone against the endless canvas of sand. The sun, a merciless eye, scorches your back. Tears, hot and salty, dry on your sun-baked cheeks. The wind whispers secrets through the skeletal branches of the gnarled tree you leave behind. But you can't hear them anymore. All you feel is the emptiness, a gaping hole torn through the fabric of your world. And then you feel a metallic hand gently shake your shoulder. You jolt awake, the dream clinging to you like cobwebs. You find yourself in a plush seat, the rhythmic clatter of the train, a stark contrast to the desolate silence of your dreamscape. Opposite of you sits a warforged construct, his smooth metal face devoid of expression, yet his blue-lit eyes hold a flicker of concern. You glance out the window. Rolling plains of tall grass stretch as far as the eye can see, bathed in the warm glow of the morning sun. This isn't the wasteland of your nightmare, but it evokes a similar sense of vastness. A stark reminder of the world beyond the city walls of Sapberry, where you come from. You watch the vast expanse unfurl, a vibrant scene that clashes with the desolate dream clinging to you like a shroud. It's a nightmare, echoing a time before Gilead, a chilling reminder of the cataclysm. Legends speak of the old ones, their boundless arrogance which shunned magic and shattered the world. From those ashes, Gilead rose, a phoenix forged in the fires of hardship. It clawed its way back from the brink under the leadership of High King Arthur Elrond. He united the scattered tribes, wielding the legendary Ironwood revolvers, firearms crafted from his very own moonblade, to forge a path forward. Salvaged technology and forgotten arcane knowledge became the cornerstones of Gilead's rebirth. This is the world that you inhabit. All of you inhabit. This is your destination. A land where gleaming progress casts a long shadow over a fractured past. And with that, Sabin, I would like you to first describe your character, and then Riley, aka Seamus, I would like for you to describe your character.
Alright. Sabin is a small, gnomish, 16-year-old kid. White dress shirt, brown vest, a pair of blue jeans on, cowboy boots, and if the trainer would let him, he'd have his bow next to him or on him. A little bit of a weathered expression on his face from the travel, but clearly he's got something he's set up on doing in this location.
Seamus is a 7 foot tall, completely made out of brass, a deep, darkish brownish color type of brass, wearing a white button down, black vest, and a sort of maroon coat on top of it with I guess like a bowler hat. Nice pants, nice shoes, and a briefcase.
Awesome. Well, guys, as you feel the train rattling along its course, what do? Actually, I will tell you this, Seamus. You have done the calculations within your matrix, and you know that you have about 10 minutes before you finally reach the capital city of Kadesh.
You get enough sleep, Sabin?
Think so.
Said that you were restless. You okay?
I'm alright. You know anything about this guy we're supposed to be meeting?
Not a clue.
I guess all we got is his description now.
I guess so.
You know that he's supposed to meet you over at the Ivy Lodge station. The Ivy Lodge is a district and also a way station where the trains that run from the south and east converge at. You have gotten a description of your contact, a bard with a twirled mustache and a very interesting cloak. Outside of that, that's all you know. You know that your other companion, Percy, the wizard apprentice who set this meeting up, should be waiting for you already. But as far as any other details, well, that is to be discussed.
They had sent you along to be an assistant, or
They wanted me to make sure you check up on your health, and I guess got there safe.
okay. Thank you for helping me out.
Well, with that, as you guys sit back in your seats, you look at the audience before you, are the fellow passengers on this train. You see a variety of different faces. Farmers, few nobility passing their way up to the higher carts of the train. Looking inside this train, it's a weird blend of your modern subway train and various decorations added to it that make it reminiscent of a stagecoach from the Wild West. You have these sort of satin curtains that hang from the windows that can be pulled apart. In between each seat, there is a wooden table that has been set. But outside of that, you can think of something from New York City subway, just sort of encased whole of metal and cold seats and cold floors. With that, artificial lights do permeate the ambience of this cart, as you get a sense of the setting that you are in. You look outside and you can see the rolling Great Plains of the Heartlands give way to acres upon acres of farms. You see a variety of different apple trees and then fields of wheat and barley. Workers going about their day, harvesting the crop. Today is the 19th of Eldor, or if you want to translate it to our world, the 19th of March. 900 AE, 900 years after Elrond's death. It is currently midday, or the equivalent of Saturday in our world. And it is the Days o' Green season. You're actually picking up a week after the Days o' Green festival of the first sowing, I want to say. I'm going to double check that for you. Yeah, picking up a week after the respective festivals of this land. As you continue going, the clatter of this iron serpent slows to a rhythmic chug as it pulls into Kadesh's Ivy Lodge station. A grand structure of iron and aged brick emerges from the golden plains, a stark contrast to the untamed wilderness beyond. Ivy, tenacious and green, creeps stubbornly up the station's flanks, weaving between the arched windows and clinging to the wrought iron railings of the balconies that jut out from the upper floors of the station. The station's architecture is a fascinating blend of styles, mirroring Kadesh itself. Romanesque arches frame the grand entrance, their solidity a testament to the station's enduring purpose. Western-style swinging doors with brass handles punctuate the facade, hinting at the gunslingers and rangers who frequent this eastern gateway. So effectively, instead of there being sort of like an iron gate that you would pass through, it's basically swinging doors. And crowning it all are flourishes of Victorian ironwork, intricate filigree and decorative trim that hint at a bygone era of excellence. The air hums with a low rhythmic thrumming, a subtle thrumming that vibrates through the very foundation of the station. It's the pulse of arcane technology, the lifeblood of Gilead, subtly woven into the fabric of this grand entrance point. As you disembark, a wave of cool air washes over you, a welcome respite from the relentless heat of the deserts and plateaus of Magus. The scent of machine oil mingles with the earthly aroma of the clinging ivy, creating a unique and strangely invigorating welcome to Kadesh. As you disembark, you're able to grab your luggage, kind of go in through a line as people exit off of the train. You step onto this great station. You're kind of amazed at the amount of artificial lights that hang from the ceilings, these sort of grand chandeliers and bulbs of what the higher nobility call fluorescents permeate the air. And you just look about. What do you do?
Saban's gonna look at his little notepad that he had a little sketch of our contact in. He'll go ahead and show it to Seamus and be like, this is the guy we're looking for. Heston Core, I guess is his name. He'll flip it closed, put it in his breast pocket. He said he'd meet us at the station, so I guess we ought to go inside and see if we can't see him in there.
Sounds like a great idea.
All right. You go ahead, heading towards those doors that lead to the entrance and eventual exit of the station. As you do, you can hear a little bit of the outdoor wilderness outside. You start heading that way. And as you're heading that way, can you tell me what your passive perception is?
12.
12? Okay.
16.
16. Well, with that, we're going to get into the first roles of the session. Eden and Karis, can you roll me a stealth check?
Yep. You sneaky bastards. Just want to make sure I got this right. I'm pretty sure I'm +7. Smust is elf.
That would be a natural 1 plus
start.
0.
Oh, baby.
One from the get-go?
Yep.
Stick it out like, hey, get it out fast. Oh my god.
No.
Stick it out like I got a 15 plus 7. I think that's 22. I got a 22.
Okay.
A natural 1 on your first
You know
roll.
what? 22, that's good enough to where you'll be able to grab him and hide him as well.
I'm like, dummy, just give me
Amidst
Thank
the
you.
amidst the crowds unloading from the station, there is a variety of, I guess, mixed populaces is what you can say. Humans, half elves, halflings, all making their way off of the tracks. Different collections of gnomes as well making their way. Everybody from cowboys to humble merchants bringing in their wares to higher nobility making their way to the sort of eastern wall of the station to where they kind of have a safer passage. All of them begin to converge out and walk amongst each other, some reuniting with loved ones. As you guys are heading towards those swinging doors, what you don't see are the two cloaked figures following closely behind. As Dylan and Christian, I want you guys to describe your characters.
So, Karis is a tiefling, about 5'10", scrawny, weak-looking. He typically tends to wear ragged, almost burlap cloaks, and he has long horns that protrude. The cloaks have to be made around such because, tiefling horns. In his chin, he has almost dull spikes. You can definitely tell that it almost looks as if it's an affliction, not normal. And that's pretty much it. Oh, green eyes. Not typical of a tiefling, but bright green eyes.
Awesome. Did you describe what he was wearing?
Yeah, but almost burlap cloak. Yeah.
Awesome.
He looks like trash.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much a hobo devil.
Walking heavy.
Zero drip.
Yeah. Zero drip.
Eden is also wearing a more green cloak that goes over the top of his moppy, dirty blonde hair. Bright blue eyes, and the typical sharp facial features you see in an elf, but with human characteristics as well, since he's a half elf. 5'10", almost the same height exactly as Karis. Again, slender as well. Almost to the point where it looks like he hasn't had a proper meal in a while. And he's kind of just cautiously moving along with Karis.
Karis, you recognize the figures of Sabin and Seamus. And the moment you see them, you point them out to Eden. What do y'all do?
Eden, these are the figures that we've discussed.
How do we know that we can trust them?
Whether we can trust them or not is to be determined, but we must make contact with them regardless.
You might stick into the shadows a little bit longer. I want to watch them a bit more before I
After
approach.
you.
Keep an eye out for any soldiers too.
All right. So you guys
I love that voice, by the way.
follow behind.
Stealthily behind.
Stealthily.
All right.
Do I need to roll another stealth check?
No.
Okay,
You
thank
guys,
God.
you guys are good. You guys are good.
But the complete opposite of Doof.
Yeah.
Literally, I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
it pretty much is, yeah.
Bro's goof, not Doof.
Guys, Sabin and Seamus, as you exit out of the swinging doors of the station, you enter first into sort of a lounge area, what looks like a sort of makeshift saloon. There is actually somebody off to the western wall where there's a small platform that rises up. Between all of that, there's a variety of different chairs and tables, all of them wooden. And then to the sort of opposite wall, there is a nice bar set up where a dwarven woman is currently just making drinks. Not many people are stopping by though, as they kind of make their way past to this, swinging doors once more that leads to the actual city of Kadesh. To the stage, there is a halfling getting ready to sort of play a tune on the piano. It seems that they're kind of trying to see where there's a faulty key, see if it's working properly. You have a couple of people who are sitting at various points of the room. None that looks like your contact, unfortunately. Past the wooden doors, are the wooden sort of gate doors, you can see the hustle and bustle of a lively city, a city larger than any that you had seen before. Even your few trips to Lunaria del Mar, working under the Sparrowfield Company, you have never seen that much activity outside on the streets before.
I would think Sabin, trying to keep very reserved and poised, would not do much to emote as to his nervousness or anything like that. He would do his best to keep a straight face and keep locked in for the job. So if he doesn't see Heston here, he'll turn to Seamus and be like, I don't see him here. He was supposed to meet us here, wasn't he?
From what I remember correctly.
Alright, let's go. How about we ask the lady at the bar, see if she saw him?
Okay.
Is it fairly
I'll be right
obvious that
behind
he's
you.
a gunslinger?
Oh, he's not a gunslinger.
I thought you were done. I'm sorry. Who's the gunslinger?
He's not a gunslinger.
Who's the gunslinger?
Not yet.
There is no gunslingers yet. There are no gunslingers.
Nobody's slinging gun, brother.
Not just yet.
No. Guns
Slinging hairs, right?
are not allowed for the common folks.
Can I roll an insight check to notice Sabin's nervousness?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing
Absolutely.
such a good job not making jokes because there's so many I could have made already.
Oh yeah.
Trust me,
I
I,
got
can
a-
feel it. I can feel you over here
30,
just
19.
radiating.
Say again.
30
Try
19.
not to. I'm
Dirty
gonna stick it
19?
right in the section.
Yeah. Go in and roll. Yeah, go in and roll deception and kind of try to hide that body
We're
language.
doing good, brother.
Thanks, man.
Terrible. 5.
Terrible.
You're able to sort of pick up on Sabin's nervousness. Sabin, does he notice anything else by chance?
I would say the way he's trying to hide it is he's constantly fiddling with his hat, and sort of his skin is a little bit paler. Just you can tell that he's getting very clammy. Just being in a bustling area with a lot of people, considering he's from, as you know, a smaller town. He's just. It's like he's swimming for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
He's testing the waters to see how he feels.
Sit down, I'll go. It's your first time around this many people, Sabin?
Yeah, it is.
Well, I know you might be afraid that we might not find him, but They contacted us and they want us to be here, then we'll get them.
Thank you for coming along. Appreciate it.
Of course.
How I guess my next attempt would be to move in closer. I want to be overhearing their conversations if possible.
Okay.
So can we move into this is it like a saloon kind of?
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of a saloon. It absolutely is.
So
Almost a cross between like
It's like a train
a
station and a saloon. put together.
yeah, like a train station, cafe, and saloon.
Is it
you know?
like
kind of like when you
is
get
it like
off
a
of a
is it a building like inside the outer wall?
Yeah.
I
Well,
assumed
so you actually haven't even hit the wall yet.
Okay.
What
I
it is,
assumed
it's
was
the station.
entire train platform had this little cafe.
I got you.
Exactly.
I got you.
the
Exactly.
way I envision is kind of like a plane, like in an airport. You have like
Ex-
Yeah.
you know,
exactly
you have shops
Terminal,
leading
yeah.
up to the terminal.
Kiosk.
Exactly right.
So I would kind of look at Karis and I would just
I didn't see you.
He went like
I kind of nodded and
Yeah, okay,
You
because
know
I
English,
thought you were gonna say something. I'm sorry.
no,
English,
just
right?
Yeah.
I was trying to be
Yes, I
quiet.
do know.
Okay. Well,
So we are going to stealthily.
absolutely. Do you want to go ahead and give the help action?
Yeah, I'll give him the help action. I'm gonna make it very. It's gonna be pretty obvious that I'm letting him lead the way. He's obviously the stealth guy, but I'm gonna be listening in on the conversation, and I'm gonna be paying attention for any parallels that are drawn with the vision that I
Yeah.
was given between them. You know, just anything that they do that might give me a hint as to what their intentions are and where I need to go with this.
Absolutely. So to paint the scene, again, there's not too much in the way of like places to hide or a lot of people here, but if you wanted to, how close do you want to get? Let me ask that. How many feet do you want to get? How far away do you want to be from them?
I will say, I don't know that Saban and Seamus would really even be trying to hide them.
Oh yeah.
If this is just a business transaction for them, so I wouldn't say that. At least Saban is not exactly on high alert.
Yeah.
So
I think I want to be within like 15 feet of them.
15 feet of them? Okay, cool.
Didn't have that
Yeah,
much
so
range.
definitely what you could do without arousing suspicion is go and kind of sit at a table nearby
Yeah.
and do it in such a stealthy way where they're not really paying attention.
Yeah.
With that, because of the environment and everything, your passive perception scores will stay the same, but go and roll me another stealth check at advantage.
17 on the first one and 25 on the second one.
Okay, yeah, no, easy enough. You guys don't even register it in your minds whenever these two wary travelers kind of sit down somewhere as you guys are continuing to conversate.
Would I have heard the nervous talk?
No, I think you probably would have just caught the tail end of "I'm glad that you're here" right as you sort of sneak on in.
Sounds good.
But with that, what do y'all do?
go up to the barkeep.
Absolutely.
Lady.
You go ahead, go up to her. You see what looks to be maybe a roughly 200-year-old female mountain dwarf. She has a long red ponytail and blue eyes, soft tan skin, and she's standing at about 3'10". You can actually see right now that she has sort of a step stool that she's on while she's cleaning some of the glasses, sort of the higher shelf products, shall we say. She has a bit of an edgy face, sort of almost as if it's carved from stone, an unfinished piercing on her lip and a piercing on her nose. As she sort of turns around, pops on down. Hello, gentlemen. How can I do you today?
We're actually looking for someone, man. Have you heard of a Heston Cord around here?
Don't really keep track of names, young puller.
I've got a better idea. How about a sketch that I sketched of the man? Have you seen him?
Yes, he performed here just the night ago, as a matter of fact. He was here. He had asked for a glass of graph, but a couple of fellas kind of pulled him by the arms and took him outside. Didn't think my business to get involved.
As he pulled that sketch out, I want to try to lean and get an angle to where I could see the sketch.
Sure, roll me a perception check. I'll say this will be at disadvantage since they're kind of blocking the view of it.
Okay.
She says
That's a
I didn't think
3.
it was a 3. Man, you can't see nothing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can't see nothing. All you're seeing is
Only
just
from here.
7 feet tall of metal, you know? But as she continues going, she says, it really wasn't none of my business. I just here to serve the drinks, make my coin, as it were. But yeah, a strange couple of fellows dragged him by the arms. One was dressed kind of weird, not like any that I'd seen before. Had a funny-looking hat, almost reminiscent of a sailor's, I suppose. The other one was a freakishly tall fella, pale white skin.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Sounds like he's in a little bit of trouble, so we're gonna probably go help him out. Appreciate you helping me out.
Before we leave, that unfinished piercing, does it look fresh?
Does not.
Okay.
Does not. Looks like something that was kind of botched during a drunken night of debauchery.
Like, it doesn't look like infected or anything?
No, it looks kind of scarred.
Please,
scarred over.
So let me fix that.
Do the descriptions that they gave match anything from my vision? Did I see them? Those two characters they just described? The lady just described.
That the lady just described? No.
Okay.
No, you didn't. Those two that she just described doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Interesting.
All right.
All right, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. All right, Seamus. Looks like we got to pull him out of something. I don't
I'm very
usually do
excited.
this for a person I just meet, but I guess I'll have to.
Yeah. I'm very glad we seem to be working with welcoming folk.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I ought to get out in the street.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So you guys,
We'll tail it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, continue to tail. I think that
Continue to
patience is a virtue here, yeah.
absolutely.
Your sweet baby out there.
As you guys go ahead and
Well, better be
head
a little
outside,
industrial.
Sabin, you are caught aback by the amount of activity that you see. As you walk out of this saloon/cafe, you suddenly see what looks like a bustling open-air market. And past it, what looks like tall buildings that you've never seen quite before. Again, that sort of reminiscent Romanesque architecture with a blend of Victorian era style. Buildings that reach probably 6, maybe even 8 stories tall. And amidst it all, it's just hundreds of people going about their day. Thousands of marketplace stalls lining the streets, selling their wares. Clothing, a variety of different clothing shops, food vendors, people trying to sell their own blends of graph and beer and whiskey, faces of all kinds, half-elves, halflings, humans, all nestled together, going about their daily life, carts and horses trotting on by, and then as you exit, you can see what looks like figures dressed in blue. What I want you to think of is the sort of blue police officer uniforms that a police officer from New Orleans back in the 1920s would wear. You see these men with swords at their hilts, or swords at their belts, just walking along, keeping an eye out for any rabble-rousers as people go about their day.
Just to be safe, I don't know if it's going to be necessary or not. I would like to ready an action to cast Prestidigitation, however you say that, right? It has a range of 10 feet, so I'll just say to create an odor of smoke in the opposite direction of us should they stop and look at us.
Okay, an odor of smoke?
Yep, just basically smells like something's burning to draw their attention away from us if we draw any weird attention from them.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So you kind of go ahead, sort of get that ready. With that, is it a cantrip? Or
Yes,
is
it's a
that-
cantrip.
It's a cantrip? Awesome, okay. So you sort of feel the magic sort of twirling in between your fingers as you sort of have it ready behind your hand, ready to cast in case they just so happen to catch a glimpse of you. To describe kind of the attire of these people, it's a unique blend of the homemade vests and shirts that you would find from medieval feudal Europe with a blend of Western ruggedness. So you have people in leather dusters and cowboy boots, but then at the same time they're wearing these sort of cotton fabric shirts with sort of loose sleeves, maybe with some leather thongs that they use to sort of tighten it up. Women dressed in that sort of Victorian era style, but also with a blend of some people wearing leather caps that a serf would wear. As you go ahead and you head outside, seeing this just amalgamation of busyness and activity. You begin kind of panning and looking, and you can see that there are thousands of different alleys where one could possibly bring a lone bard out for, shall we say, education. With that, you're trying to keep an eye out. I want you guys to roll a perception check.
Can I add guidance to this?
Yes, absolutely.
I would just cast it, don't touch me, but whatever.
I got a
And
16.
11? Okay.
16.
11 and 16. Okay.
My passive.
You know, Sabin, you're just caught by the view that you see in front of you. Just these not impossibly tall, but buildings that are larger than you've ever seen before. The amount of people that you see all bound together in one place. Seamus, with your mechanical efficiency, you slowly begin to scan the environment, your facial recognition software working overtime, until eventually you're able to hone in on one alley going sort of northbound on this road of cobblestone. And you can see what looks like a half-elf, pale white, just kind of looking around, keeping guard at the entrance of this alleyway.
I'm gonna tap Sabin's head. I think we found the place.
Like you go down, like you just tap like this.
I mean, he's small.
Alright, I reckon guy we're supposed to might want to keep this on the down low if he's in some trouble, so
Yeah.
I think just me and you for this one.
Sounds good.
Alright, let's keep it quiet
Alrighty.
and try to not draw as much attention as possible.
I forgot to say this. I do have a shield.
You have a shield?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
It's on my back.
Awesome. Okay. Sweet.
This alleyway, is there rooftops?
Rooftops?
How
There,
tall?
there are, but they're about that particular alleyway. It's a string of buildings that are about 6 stories high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Up there.
Again, though, like all on kind of the sidewalks, there's a variety of food vendors, people walking about. You guys go ahead, cross the street to go to that alley. As you do so, you have to kind of, yeah.
Here's the plan, Seamus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking one of us stays here by this pale fellow. One of us walks around. I whistle, signal us, and we both come in from the both sides of the alley. What do you think?
All right.
I heard there was 2 folks. Took our boy.
Mm-hmm.
One for each of us.
You know, I don't do that.
You would know that
I don't
the
expect you to. I'm just saying you just need to tie him up for a little bit.
Are there any
right.
vendors near the entrance to the alleyway? Just on the edges?
not really. They're probably the closest vendor is probably about 15 feet away.
Okay,
from
and with
that
the
alley.
current noise level, would I still be able to hear any loud ruckus that would come from the alleyway if I was at one?
You can roll a perception check. Nothing from your passive perception though.
Yeah, that'd be a 7. The plan I'm trying to go with is basically I just act like I'm shopping so that I don't draw
Yeah.
any suspicion while waiting by the alley.
100%. Yeah. No. So far, nobody's really paying attention to y'all just
Okay.
yet.
We're just kind of idle. We'll kind of roam.
Yeah,
around
and I'm
the
still
area.
gonna let you
Yeah.
lead the way, but I am gonna prod and say, kind of motion towards one of the shopkeepers, and I'll let you decide whether or not we approach.
So,
I would. Okay, I would say
you should
this
go
character,
around.
Look, you
I'll get the guy at the front.
I will
Chat up-
say I'm
chat-
not planning on
chat up
killing
this
anybody
vendor.
today, so
I'll just
That'd be
pretend
bad if
I'm
we
like
already got the law on us.
it would
not
be really
talkative, and I'll try to watch from a distance to see what's going on. And
Yeah,
I'll roll
absolutely.
a perception check while he talks to the nearest vendor.
Well, and what are you rolling perception check on?
I'm gonna watch. I'm just trying to watch what's going on
Okay, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
in that alleyway.
So,
Oh, in the alleyway? So where you're at right now, you can roll one, but you're not gonna be able to see anything extra outside of that half elf.
Then I would say we ditch that plan and we just move around the crowd while still watching. Like, is there pretty much a wave of people going like on a walkway and the alleyways like off to the side, or is it kind of like set away from the big crowds?
It's kind of like so kind of the way that it is. What you can see is like where the station kind of pulls into and everything. Looking back, there's a row of different buildings behind y'all that kind of connect to the station. And then what it is, it's like one road that goes sort of northeast, and then buildings line all along that. And actually, if you look down this road, you can actually see the tall brick walls that lead into Old Quarter and West Town, which is the richer districts of Kadesh, as you would know. And the way that it is basically this alleyway is actually the basically first alleyway on the left once you go past this row of buildings.
Let's just slow our pace. Let's just continue on, and just try to observe. Maybe once we get past a couple feet away, we can stick towards the walls themselves and just kind of listen more than
Lead the way.
watch.
And before I leave Seamus, I'll say, these two fellas, I don't know nothing about them. I don't plan to make any attacks when I'm in there, but if things go down, I'm going to have to do something. Okay? And I understand your stance on this kind of stuff, and I'm going to do my best to hold back, but if they're threatening me, I can't let it slide, okay? I don't mean to disrespect your way of life, brother. All right.
Okay.
So tough. What I'm gonna do while sitting out front waiting for him to go around is is there like a bench somewhere around where he is, that half elf?
A bench? There is one probably about like 15 feet away from where he's kind of just hanging on the corner and everything. Probably more about 10 feet away, as he's just kind of like leaning on the wall, just keeping an eye out, that sort of thing.
Okay. I'm gonna go sit on that bench, and to make it look unassuming, I'm gonna put my briefcase down, pull out a tiny screwdriver, and start tampering with my shoulders.
Okay, absolutely. Can you actually just roll me a performance check for fun?
What did you get into?
4.
Four?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going.
Tick, tick, tick.
In general, actually, as you kind of walk past, everybody just turns and looks and just kind of stares in amazement. There is one human child with their mother who sort of looks up and says, like, "Mom, is that one of them robotics that they talk about?" The mom kind of turns and says, "It's Warforged, and don't stare." And she kind of ushers the kid past. Everybody's, people are familiar with Warforged constructs, but most of them are very small, usually serving in operations in, say, the royal kitchens or in sort of cleaning aspects, but they've never seen one like you that looks so artificially human and one that is so tall, as a matter of fact. The people in Kadesh seem to be a lot more used to it. As you're not getting quite as many stares as usually, but it's this passing glance of oh, whoa, as you kind of walk on past.
Yeah.
So as you sort of approach this pale half elf, kind of turns and looks, eyes go wide, and then as it kind of sees you sit down, he sort of just takes a glance and then just continues looking out on the street.
Okay. And I'm actually gonna ready an action to, whenever I hear the whistle, cast command on the half elf
Okay.
and tell him to flee.
You have command at first level.
It's a first level spell,
Yeah,
boss.
command's a first level
That's
spell.
amazing.
I did not. I thought
That's
I
awesome.
did not think
Wow.
command was a first level spell.
Mhm.
Wow.
Okay, Sabin, it will take you a little bit of time to get around, especially considering that you've never been in this city before. Actually, as a matter of fact, kind of seeing the way that these buildings are laid out, go ahead and make me a survival check.
Actually, I'm taking back my ready to action.
Okay.
I don't want to cause a scene.
Ooh, 20.
20?
Wow.
Nice, okay.
Natty?
Nope, not natural.
Unnatural, okay. Despite that, you did grow up in a city. So
Let 'em know.
you're able to navigate the streets fairly efficiently, kind of
Have
move
lived
past,
life.
especially given your small stature, you're able to kind of go fairly unnoticed as you basically pass the alleyway where the pale elf is. With your passive perception, you can see 3 other figures kind of like past what almost looks like a wall of wooden barrels. But you move past that, go rounding a corner near the gate where you see another alleyway that should lead you to the other end of where they're at. As you're doing that, I want you to go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
I'm sorry, bro.
As it was written.
You want me to use a glass in the future?
Oh,
Man, just keep it in your bag of holding.
Yeah.
7 plus 2 is 9.
9?
I can pull out my shirt. So.
It's fine. We're not the stealthiest of people.
I'm supposed to.
Hey,
I
real
rolled
quick,
Aaron.
Eden and Karis, who are y'all following? Are you going to follow Sabin or are
I
you
was
going
gonna
to follow
say, I think we
Seamus?
follow Saban.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we follow, unless you want to split up, which we can.
What's wrong with the robot?
Oh.
I would say tactically it might make more sense if you guys did split up.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
And then your adversary.
I'll let you.
I don't know.
I'll let you follow the gnome.
I say I can't hear you.
Hold on real quick.
I'll let you follow the gnome. You'll navigate better than I will, and I'll stay behind and observe what happens here.
Okay. Sounds good.
What were you saying?
I'm just saying my background, Far Traveler, makes it so that I do get weird stares and stuff like that.
Cool. Perfect.
Christian, that voice is so subtly perfect.
It's so good. It really is.
It really is.
And I'm gonna use this time while I'm here. I'm gonna just kind of be strolling, and
Yeah.
if I'll go to a shopkeep in the area and just kind of observe his wares. If he asks what I'm doing, I'll just tell him I'm just looking. I don't want to buy right now, and I'm gonna be kind of glancing off to the side as I'm doing it, trying to not look too suspicious.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, real quick, as you kind of approach this shopkeep, just saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm just taking a look right now."
26, natural 20 plus 6.
Let's go.
Yeah, you know what you see is a what looks like a 20-year-old human, kind of just in regular leather vest with a sort of cotton shirt and then what looks to be blue jeans. As he just sort of looks at you and he says, "Okay, well, feel free to browse. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Just try not to hold up anybody else who wants to purchase some wares."
Thank you, sir.
He kind of takes a quick glance at you, but he's not really paying attention to what's underneath the burlap cloak. With that, Eden, roll me a stealth check.
So who's following me?
Buddy.
15 plus 7, 22.
Sabin, you don't notice the blonde half-elf following behind you. Eden, this is light work. You've done this 1,000 times as you kind of move your way through the various crowds, keeping your eye on the target, staying on course. And of course, you grew up in this city. You're familiar with the Ivy Lodge district. You know exactly what alleyway he's cutting into to get to the other end. With that, Sabin, you go ahead, making your way through the alley, where you see even more people still going about their business. It seems that this is a largely residential district, as you see a variety of different people kind of coming on out, getting ready to go start their day. You finally make it to the other end of this alleyway, and you can see 3 figures. The opposite side of the alleyway, where Seamus is posted, you can see that they constructed a rough sort of wall of wooden barrels and things like that, just kind of piled haphazardly as a bit of a private curtain, if you will. And kneeling on the ground is an interesting figure with a very, shall we say, flamboyant cloak. And Austin, I would like for you to describe. I would like for you to describe your character.
I'm taken aback now.
Or how would you describe the cloak? How about
Freaking
that?
sick, probably. I mean,
Colorful, I would say, but
That's flamboyant.
so he is to the human eyes, he appears as just a regular human male. Kind of long, swept black, brown hair, brown mustache twirled, simple white linen shirt, very nice shirt, just simple, nice brown vest, just nice tan pants, all nice clothes, but nothing crazy.
Light work.
He's got
he's just a little bit.
he's got a loot strung on his back. That's the only thing you can see. You can't see any visible weapons. And yeah, he's about 6 foot. Not fat, but not like hardened. You can tell he lives in luxury.
Roughly what age is he?
What's the oldest we can be?
16.
16. Yeah.
16 years old?
But he kind of carries himself not quite as a 16-year-old. But
Got it. Heston. Boy, what a morning it has been. Just as you were sitting down to enjoy your poached cockatrice egg, two figures came in and grabbed you by the arm, looking at you and threatening to break your legs if you didn't go with them. You wondered what the meaning of this could be as they dragged you out of the street, and then you realized just exactly who you were answering to. As before you stands Lily Ecker, a 16-year-old female human with long, wavy golden hair and blue eyes. She has smooth brown skin, and she stands at about 6 feet tall as well. A little bit of an athletic build, and you can just see nothing but pure rage in her eyes as she holds a dagger out.
Dang.
And you're beginning to really regret the one-night stand that you had with her, and you're beginning to really regret the gold purse that you stole off of her cabinet that night.
You're a piece of shit.
Oh my god!
I don't know if I would have done that.
You did it too late.
With that, the tall, pale half-elf that had accompanied you is obviously at the other end of the alley, kind of staring out. And with her is a figure dressed in strange clothes, and all you can, like, even outside of his strange appearance, what really stands out to you was his accent. And Sam, I want you to now describe your character.
All right. My name is Captain Johnny Creedmoor. I am a human pirate. I have a long navy blue pirate's cloak with a leather vest and a white shirt underneath and brown leather pants. Long, flowing brown hair, blue eyes that have a bit of a green hue to them that once was not there, and I got a very strong Cajun accent, me.
So like a sea green.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. Well, so with that, Heston, you stand, or rather kneel, before
Same thing.
Philly. As she looks at you and she says, Well, it's been a while, hasn't it been, Heston?
It is, my darling.
No, you don't get to call me darling, not after the little stunt that you pulled.
Past is the past. We can't let bygones be bygones. I'm sure you moved on. I know I have.
You promised me a golden ring that night.
Did I?
And then,
Must have been the... What's the stuff called?
Graph.
Must have been the graph talk. You know how I get.
You promised me a golden ring. And then, lo and behold, I find myself without any gold at all.
I told you that was a very good investment opportunity that I could not wait.
Oh, yeah? And how's that investment opportunity treating you now?
I'm still waiting.
She just sort of looks at you and just kind of grins. You're a real cub, you know that? She looks at you. Cub, basically, in the Vulgate or the low speech, is basically bastard.
And she's right.
With that, she looks over to you, Johnny Creedmoor. And she says, Johnny boy, you're new to our crew, so let me fill you in on the details. This silver-tongued devil promised me riches beyond anything I could ever imagine. Promised me love, as a matter of fact.
Right, yeah, I see that, yeah.
Well, lo and behold, he didn't give me love. You know what he gave me?
What'd he give you, me?
He gave me a little dagger in the back. So you know what we're gonna do?
What we gonna do?
We're gonna give him a little dagger in the back.
Wait. While
That-
she was doing that, I want to cast Friends on her.
Okay, absolutely.
It's a cantrip.
Okay, nice. Is it verbal, semantic
It
components? What are we
is
looking at?
semantic.
Nice, okay.
And I'm just kidding. Hold on.
Yeah. As you begin to feel the magic, the touch work its way through your vocal cords and out as you begin to cast this
It
spell.
just gives me advantage on charisma
Are you
checks.
casting that on me as well, or just
No, just you gonna cast one person.
okay?
You say, darling.
Is it a saving throw?
No,
Nice.
it's a cantrip. But after they become hostile towards me, they know it happens after the spell ends. But
Okay.
she's already hostile to me, so who cares? Duration is 1 minute. Concentration.
What,
You're
what,
fucked.
what was her
I'm
name?
good, I'm good.
What was her name?
I'm gonna say, look, you know I'm good for it. You know who my family is. I can pay you back tenfold.
Well, so hold on. So it is a material component, a small amount of makeup applied to the face as the spell is cast. So I don't know if you want to try to reach for your reach.
Baby, wait, baby.
You can use your instrument in place as an arcane focus, but I think that would mean that you would need to go ahead and grab it and fiddle with it.
Okay, well when she does it, I'll just grab it and be like,
Right as you reach for it, she says, don't even think about picking up that loot.
can I just try to sleight of hand, just play a couple of...
Oh, sure. Go ahead and do sleight of hand.
He's like,
Go ahead and do it
Baby,
at a
please.
disadvantage as they're staring right at you, you know?
This is a
All
new
right,
level right here.
I'm not gonna pass. 8 with disadvantage.
8 with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, unfortunately, right as you go, she reaches out, grabs your hand, and puts the knife to your throat. She says, oh, don't get me wrong, Heston. I know that you have the touch. You're not going to play any music today. The only music being played is going to be your screams or you begging for forgiveness.
Fair enough. But I can still get your money back. Threefold. You know who my family is. You know who my friends are.
Yet that's not your life anymore, Heston.
Well, surely you know if you take my life, you'll be on the run for the rest of yours.
Aren't you on the run already?
Ooh. Says who?
She goes ahead, still keeping the dagger to your throat, kind of reaches over, grabs your instrument. What is your instrument, by the way?
To loot.
Okay. Grabs the loot, kind of tosses it to the wall. You hear it kind of go up, make a little dong sound, but seems relatively unbroken. As once again, she hands the dagger over to Creedmoor.
What was her name again?
Her name was Philly.
Mr. Philly, let me show you how we used to do it back in my day, me. I pull out my flintlock pistol and I put it right up to his head. You good for me to kill him now?
She just kind of looks abashed and she says, You have a gun?
But you don't?
I'm gonna use an action to shape change into Johnny Creedmoor.
Okay, absolutely. You go ahead. Describe how this transformation looks. What?
I don't know. Let me look.
poof of smoke.
Sabin, Eden, you guys are just watching this unfold?
No. As soon as he pulled the gun out, I would have gone forward.
Okay.
I still would have done shape change. Maybe I can get away. And then I would say just like, just when I do it, you just like, I don't really morph. It's just almost like you blink and.
Okay, absolutely. There's almost this sort of sound, almost as if the wind is rushing on by before it kind of subsides, and then there you are, Johnny Creedmoor. You pointing a gun at yourself, and Sabin, that is when you suddenly run forward.
Do I hear him running up?
Hold on now. Let's not be too hasty.
Did I hear his voice?
You do hear his voice.
So what I'm gonna do is
The softest whisper.
the elf at the entrance.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna book it right past him.
Okay, just book it right past him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can't tackle him.
So
It's
what
a
we'll go
foot.
ahead
It's
and
wrong,
do-
dude.
Derrick Henry right there.
Hold on.
Stiff arm, get out.
As he says something, I'll still have the pistol to his head, but then I'll take my rapier and just point it at him, and I'll say, "Man, I kill both of y'all right now. I don't care, me."
Well, so with that, as that happens, you go ahead, rush on forward to go past this half elf. He sort of looks almost kind of scared, and he says, "Whoa, wait. Go ahead and roll. Are you gonna? How are you gonna do this? You want to shove him out of the way? You want to?
I'm gonna shoulder check him.
Shoulder check him. Yeah. Go ahead and roll an athletics check, and he's gonna go ahead and do.
I thought you were going to hit a euro.
Beat him up, Seamus.
Let's
Beat him
see.
up.
Beat him up.
That right there,
You're gonna go ahead and do,
NFL
athletics
running
as
back.
well.
You're not stopping him.
Okay.
He's getting past.
He's basically mono.
Oh man, I don't know.
Bro, it's
It's,
Shaquille O'Steal
yeah.
over there.
26.
That's Rhonda.
All right. He goes ahead. He's fairly tall, and as such, he's even though he's kind of lean, he still has some muscle to him. But he's caught. He's caught off guard as you're charging forward. Just this 7 feet hunk of steel, and you just easily boom, and he just goes falls back, hits his head on the wall, just bleeding, just
killed him.
just kind of crying as you kind of burst past the barrels. As you suddenly see a 7 foot tall metal man, something that you've never seen before, Johnny. Karis.
As the distraction, and he looks over, I'll pull up my bow and arrow and aim.
Okay.
And I'm not going to loose an arrow just yet, but it is aimed at his pistol in his hand.
All right.
I should
To
know.
see if I could possibly shoot the pistol out without hurting anybody.
Okay. So kind of
So,
a
as we're
standoff.
standing here, I say, now, that man there that you have at gunpoint, he looks over, how the fuck? They do. Okay, anyway,
Saban, he don't look like the man we need.
Philly is
the
just
guy,
looking.
what the?
What?
I look over at the guy who's going to get a gunpoint. Wait, what the hell?
Listen here, me and my twin here just having a little bit of a dispute, yeah? Alright? He done tried to take my part of the inheritance, right? And he said it's his, but it's not his, it's me. And I said, that's not him,
I'm gonna
it's me,
try to
not
imitate his
him.
voice. You can have it, man. Don't worry.
I'm not Mexican, me.
Yeah.
Do we make eye contact with each other from opposite ends of the
Yeah.
alleyway?
Whenever I heard,
Where you're at, you wouldn't be able to make eye contact.
I
But
got
you
a-
saw the robot
Okay.
construct.
I got
And
a
I-
24 performance.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on. Pretty
yeah.
spot on.
So with all the ruckus, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get closer to the edge of the alley. I'm not trying to necessarily make sure they don't see me because they're
Okay.
gonna be paying more attention to each other, and I
Okay.
want to make sure that I hear everything that's going on right now.
yeah, so you're just kind of going towards the edge, kind of listening and everything. So roll me a stealth check.
Yeah.
I should note. I think I should do this at disadvantage because I was moving very confidently until I saw him draw a gun.
Okay.
At which point I think that moment when anxiety just hits out of nowhere and
Yes.
it almost like a bomb drops into your stomach or something, like a rock drops in your stomach. I think that would have happened, and so I think I'd be kind of shaky, but still trying to focus on the task because it's a mixture of bewilderment. Like I cannot believe the scene I'm looking at because it's that ridiculous. But then he pulls the gun out and it becomes real.
You should have seen that prick's face when I pulled out the cat.
Oh man. Well,
6 for stealth.
That's exactly what happens, Eden, as you're kind of transported back to that day.
Yeah.
With that,
6 for stealth.
6 for stealth.
Do I need to roll?
Everybody just
You know-
popping out of the woodwork right now.
The thing of it is, because I'm assuming you're kind of poking your head out to get a look.
Well, I might take a glance, but primarily I want to hear what's going
Okay.
on. So I will
Yeah.
look. So I guess that this would reflect whenever I take a look down the alley.
Yeah.
But if they see me, I'm sticking back and I'm
You
just
know,
gonna listen.
it's just kind of bad luck.
Yeah.
Karis, as you kind of like poke your head out and your hood comes down, and there's just a thing of horns that pokes out of the edge of the alleyway as you hurry and put it back up. And Philly, the human girl, Philly, she just kind of turns and looks, and she's like,
Let's
What?
stay on subject. I don't know who the fuck that was, but listen up. I'm looking for someone called Heston Cord.
"What? What do you want with Heston Court? What is going on?
Hold up.
I've got a deal with him, and he needs to be presented as soon as
What
possible.
are you?"
Look,
As she points to Seamus.
don't worry about
That
that,
there
alright?
is my associate who will do whatever it takes to find this man.
I will.
So if he's not presented in the next however long I feel like, things are going to start to happen.
Well, I don't know who you talking about. You. As soon as we get done killing my twin, Ronnie, then we can help them find whoever it is they're looking for.
Oh,
yeah?
Twin. No, look. This is my twin. I don't know who he is. He came out of nowhere. He's trying to take my
Heston,
life.
I know it's you.
I don't
So
know.
that's Heston.
No, that's Ronnie. I'm Johnny. We both the Creamo. I'm the captain. He the
why
vice
are
captain.
you
Our
covering
big
him?
ship. Our ship went down on that big
What are you
pond.
covering for him for?
I'm not covered. He bought his own clothes. He covered
You
himself.
got a gun pointed at his head.
I do. That's true. I'm trying to kill him.
Okay, now I'm gonna put this away, and I expect you to as well.
I promise you I won't, but that's okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep it up.
Look, I kill him. I go back. Mama got a big pot of gumbo. Mama got a pot of gumbo on the stove.
At the same time, the sort of lean and tall, pale white half elf kind of comes around the corner. He comes around and he says, "What's the meaning of?" As he just sort of looks at what's going on, pulls out a billy club from his waist and just goes, I know how to do this.
During that confusion, can I try to dive behind the girl?
He said,
Get out of here.
I tell you what, let me see what, let me roll.
Saban's gonna move 10 feet closer.
10 feet closer?
Yeah.
Roll an make an intimidation check for me, Saban.
and if he does end up diving, can I do?
18.
Just trying to catch you.
Okay.
No, I want to command
Yeah.
Creedmoor drop his weapons.
Okay. Well, here's what happens before that. Billy just kind of looks at what's going on, kind of turns to the half elf and says, "Come on, Giesho, we're out of here." As she just tries to run past you. Are you gonna stop her, or
Yeah, I'm gonna close on her.
you're gonna clothesline her?
Yeah, I'm gonna just hold my arm out like this.
Okay.
But I don't hurt people. I don't hurt people.
No
I don't hurt
violence.
people.
She ran into it herself.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll. Make an athletics check. She's gonna do.
I said it was inertia, bro. It wasn't me.
Pong.
She technically did to herself.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh,
Maybe not.
I got a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
Okay, she got a 5. As basically she runs, you just go ahead, boom, boom, she falls down to the ground, poof, goes unconscious,
Oh my.
and just stars
Oh!
swimming all
God.
about.
I'm gonna real quick check her eyes.
The pale white elf just kind of looks and says,
Mr. Elf, sir, I suggest you collect your compatriot and get on your merry way.
And then I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? I don't even. She's the one that actually wanted to kill him. That's not even my twin. I don't know how I got here. I'm gonna go away and just follow them.
Giesho looks at you and says, Johnny, we got them. We can do this.
No, see,
No, you don't, sir.
See, me
I
personally,
promise you don't.
I've
You're gonna
always-
want to go on out of here.
see, Johnny's a drink of him. He's a lover of him, but Johnny ain't no fighter. You know. I don't even know how I got this gun. Me, you know. So I'ma just.
You're
let's
betraying
just-
us?
No, I'm gonna go with y'all.
But we were going to be the flying bandits.
Mr.
Well, we can
Gietro,
fly another
is that
day.
your name, Mr. Gietro?
When he puts his gun down, I'm gonna revert back to Hessen. I'm gonna say, I'm Hessen.
Well, I just
There
want
he
I
is.
don't want you. You can get on out of here now, sir.
That's exactly what we're doing, actually.
Excellent.
Pietro,
Tony,
just pick up her unconscious.
Gietro.
I told you about the time that I lost my pet goldfish.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
that
let's
was
get-
real
I
sad,
don't need to
you
know
know?
that.
Yeah.
We shared tears together.
Sir,
One
You're
time,
gonna wanna
I
get
had
out
a
of
pet
here.
alligator meat, and he bit grandma's.
I don't even
He
know
put
what
it. He bit a
an
leg
alligator
off.
is.
You know.
I didn't even know what that was, but I still cried
Mr.
with
Hessen, you want to come on over?
Yeah, I'm gonna slide behind, or I guess I can't slide behind you, but I'm gonna slide by him.
Not a lot to hide behind, sir. I
Yeah.
understand.
It's all right, young. It's all right, country bumpkin.
Gietro just kind of looks in confusion. He says,
All right.
"You know what? No, enough. I've had enough. Flying bandits. It was a pipe dream anyway." As he just throws the club to the ground, just kind of grabs Philly by the arms and says, "Come on, Philly," and just sort of drags her out.
Thank God. I
Before
hate
they-
that
Before
stupid
they
bastard.
leave, I'm gonna
So what are
grab
y'all doing with this?
some bandages out of my
Heston cord.
coat and go. Here you
Hold on,
go.
I'll put the bow and arrow
To the
away.
guy who broke his nose.
You're just gonna give it to him?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't. You got in the way.
What kind of freaks are you? As he just puts it into his pocket and then just heads off.
As soon as he walks away, I'm gonna say, "Finally, I hated that stupid bastard." So what y'all want with Heston called you?
Well, sir, I'm glad to have met you. Well, actually, maybe not.
Wait, no,
So is he out in the open now? Like, have they
I
noticed?
mean,
him?
they noticed me, but I'm not going to be standing in the open.
Yeah,
I'll be
no.
standing at the edge of the alley.
Yeah, no, your horns still kind of peer out.
Oh
a
God.
little
Okay.
bit.
I don't know if y'all saw that, but that Luke Guru's waiting for us around that corner. Him. I don't know if we need to do something about him.
All right.
I'll while he's doing business, I'll go around the corner and see what's up.
While you doing business.
Mr. Heston, I suggest we move to a separate, more private location in order to continue our business transactions.
Because I did leave my
Sounds agreeable.
briefcase by the
You
bench. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a couple of graph, and I know plenty of safe taverns around here.
Excellent. Let us be on our way and keep a lookout because, as our, I suppose, new acquaintance just said,
Yep, that's me.
there's some sort of horned person spying on us. So let's go the way I came because
Yeah, we need to be
I never
real.
saw anybody come that way.
We need to be real careful. There's some crazy people around here, you know.
Do I hear him approaching my end of the
Oh
alley?
yeah, easily
Mr.
enough.
Heston, we'll follow your lead and you can.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation. Okay, it's
Make it sound like a
Prestidigitation.
diet.
And I'm just gonna make myself smell very strongly the odor of alcohol.
Okay,
Can I smell?
absolutely. Yeah, you do have smell senses.
Yeah, I would hope so. Fuck, that would be kind of awkward.
I'm just gonna be leaning against the wall.
Wait.
I'm gonna be leaning against the wall. I'm kind of just like rocking back and forth and not very coordinated. I'm acting like I'm drunk, like piss drunk. I'm completely wasted.
Make me
Completely wasted.
Make me a deception check.
Or just get.
I'm gonna fall for it, by the way, on purpose.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you automatically pass.
Yeah, no, right.
Okay, well, I mean, it was a 20 anyways.
I'm
14
gonna go
plus
to him and
6.
say, "Are you okay, sir?" Because he's so
I'm
drunk.
fine. Are they out of my alley yet?
This is your alley.
Yes.
I'm sorry for the trouble. You look really drunk. Are you sure you're not sick or something?
I haven't drank alcohol in years.
Seems good enough to me. Let's head on out.
Oh, so do you come out to where Seamus is as well?
I see where
I'm
she
gonna
was
eye
looking.
him suspiciously. Pick up my briefcase. We'll get out of your alley. I'm sorry for the trouble.
Thank you.
Hey, it's a pretty nice alley though. I like that one a lot.
Mr. Heston, do you have somewhere we could have a private conversation?
Yes. Just follow me.
Lead the way.
Hopefully not in the chambers.
And
I think at this-
Heston. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think at this point, seeing us all go down, I would just say, all right, Karis, I think we can drop the act.
Well, so you're still on the other end of the alley. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
All
was
right,
walking.
Karis.
I was already walking. But I would have been walking.
So you're gonna make
towards-
yourself known to them.
I am.
Okay, nice. So you kind of end up walking behind them as they're exiting the alleyway, and you go ahead and say it out loud for them to hear.
Do I know him?
Do you know him? I want you to roll me a history.
And I want to. Can I roll a history check on? Like
You
we
are-
overheard that he is on the run. I heard that. So
You did hear that. You
Can I
already.
make a history check?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a history check. You do know who he is, though, relatively.
I got a 13.
13. You've heard of the legendary retired gunslinger Joffrey, and how many suspected that he had a bastard son on the outskirts of town where he lived. Of course, you never saw him part of the gunslinger classes, so you weren't sure if that was just a rumor or anything like that. But as far as actually ever meeting him or having ever heard of his description, no.
And I had a 14 on my history.
So I've heard a rumor, but I don't know that that's him.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Put a black
I rolled a
bar
14 on my history check on the fact that he is quote unquote on the run.
A 14?
Yeah.
You heard that there was word on the street is that there was a scene of treachery at the castle, but nobody quite knows exactly what happened. There's rumors that the princess was under threat, but there has been no official statement given to the castle. Just the hearsay of the guardsmen, the who people call the street coppers, who aren't quite gunslingers, but are the sort of local law-abiding militia that makes sure things are fine. There's been rumors from them that, yeah, we've heard that there was a ruckus over at the castle.
And so do I connect the dots? That this is probably, or do I make an insight check for that?
That's up to you.
You
That's what my
heard that it had something to do with the royal court bards, specifically the court family, but you're not quite sure exactly. You haven't heard enough details to know what happened.
So I just have an inclination then that he could be in some way, shape, or form tied into that.
Yeah, because you recognize him. You know that, oh, that's Heston Cord. Because while you've never really gotten a good look at him, he's gotten a good look at you.
So no one can I make an inside check trying to put together that he may be that bastard son?
Let's see it. Go to roll an insight check, and I'll tell you what you find.
All right. I gotta find that, and I got a 7.
7? Not sure. You can definitely tell that he's the sneaky type.
Well, while we're walking to the bar or whatever, I'm gonna go up to.
Well, so hold on. So he just made himself known. So Eden, what do you do and say?
I take my hood off, and I just say, like I said, I kind of shout a little bit. Karis, it's all right. I've seen enough.
Okay, I'll step into the alley and just start, not very fast, but just a brisk walk towards them.
I'm gonna. Can't get past your close. So I'm gonna get the back up.
So you're just kind of blocking the alleyway then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
Not into the alleyway, but he's gonna walk into it. I'm assuming he's trying to get to his boy. I'm not gonna get to his boy.
Okay, so you're just gonna basically just walk away.
Yeah, but he can still be in the alley. You know, like.
Okay, yeah.
So we're
So you guys right
I'm
now.
like right here.
Yeah, so you guys right now are in the center of the alley, just a little bit past like the piled up barrels and things like that. And you sort of kind of like stand in the middle of it. What do y'all do as y'all see these two?
Why is he doing that? Why is he blocking him off?
Let's be calm and collected here.
I mean, you did just come out of the shadows. Literally.
I understand you guys. What do you need something with us or?
He does.
What is this thing? I was told I was just reading you.
Yes, these two were not a part of the deal.
Well, as you can see, we got here first, so you guys can get.
I was just here to kill him, but I guess I ain't doing that in the movie.
I don't know about him. He met you.
You could
first,
take
so-
him.
To be quite frank, I don't care. He has business with you. And I gestured to him. Right? That's what you said. This guy right here.
To save him.
To save him.
The wizard you seek, I seek him as well. Our paths go the same direction. After that, I don't know. But we do share a goal.
So what? We're gonna see a wise old wizard or something?
That's later. All right. Well, I guess if you're all
Look.
gonna tag along.
Let's get out of here for now before.
A country bumpkin, a horn devil, and an ancient relic of the past.
And,
Good day.
and from what I've heard, a scumbag.
How'd you know about that?
Quite the scumbag.
You have anything to do with the princess rooms? I heard something about the Accord family and some trouble going down in the castle.
I've never heard of the Accord family.
Is your name not Heston Accord?
Cord.
Accord. My bad. How do you say it?
It's just Cord. It's just
Heston
Cord.
Accord. Because I drive a Honda Accord.
No.
Can you spell it?
Retcon that
C-H-O-R-D.
to say cord every time.
Like cord.
I mean, no telling, so many political rumors these days. I know the princess, and sometimes she gets cross with me, but
And you're sure that your vision showed you these guys? Because this ain't.
What exactly did my vision show pertaining to them?
Just pretty much what they look like, and that Percy was supposed to be with them.
I am lying, by the way. I don't know if I need to roll deception or not, but
Yeah, roll me a deception.
You want me to roll an insight? Or do passive?
If you're trying to discern these lines, you can do roll
Not
insight.
act.
Not actively, then do the passive
Well,
insight.
I think you would just your question.
That is, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. So I got a +2.
oh, you got a +2, you can't beat me. I got a 24.
Oh, definitely can't. Yeah, got a 13.
13.
So he seems truthful.
Yeah, seems to be telling the truth.
Then I would have asked him, you sure these are the people? Because there's no wizard with them.
Not yet, but it's rare that visions would lie to me.
Speaking about a wizard, I do plan on meeting with one later. So,
Heston, you remember how you were supposed to meet Percy back in that sort of saloon that's built into the way station, and then he never showed up. You were actually checking your watch, and he was about 30 minutes late.
I'll say it. I feel like there's too many coincidences today for this to be a coincidence. I think we're after the same wizard. he didn't show for a meeting that I had with him. So I'm afraid he may be delayed by the circumstances.
Could be in some kind of trouble.
Could be. Seems the trouble is afoot today.
You would know.
I know a lot of things.
What's his name?
Percy.
Is this wizard you're supposed to be meeting with later, or is there somebody else?
We're supposed to meet Heston first.
And then
I'm
Percy.
later.
So it seems like the contact wanted Percy and Heston to already be together, but that's not the case.
Where were we supposed to meet Percy?
I have a
at?
deal to make with the wizards.
You're
That's all I
supposed to
know.
you're supposed to meet him with Heston.
I was supposed to meet him with Heston.
I see. That was the version of it.
She said that
Okay.
as blonde, skinny, pale,
Yeah, blonde skinny.
pale women, and they're super tall. Is that
That was the half elf.
Okay.
That was the half elf there as well.
Let's
I'm
Yeah,
not going
the-
anywhere till I get a drink no matter what. So let's go to this tavern.
You okay with going to a tavern in the Undercity? There's some criminal contacts there that we can tap into to see if there's any rumors swirling around about it.
I really don't want to go to the Undercity.
I know plenty of good taverns around here. We can talk. I know people.
I
You
understand.
can go.
We're from different walks of life, and I can't get my nose dirty. Okay, so I understand. Maybe I don't have to do jobs if I walk in there, but I cannot get into trouble. This
can't-
was already too close of a call for me, honestly.
I can't
The
walk
only reason
in.
I did this one is because of Heston Core.
I can't walk into no bustling tavern with the city folk roaming around.
All right, is there a mix somewhere that's really low key?
I know a place that if the up and coming people do go there, they don't want to be seen.
Lead us there.
I don't know any place here.
Okay.
I was gonna recommend that we just like
Go to
chill
the,
out with
The
some bottled alcohol.
brothel.
Go to the brothel? Okay, absolutely.
That's what you're taking.
So the brothel, so the Clumsy Willow is quite popular, but people typically don't try to memorize faces there.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where you're gonna head to.
Do I understand that after walking at a certain point that he is? I know where he's taking us.
So basically, as you're kind of how often would Joffrey bring you to the city? You think?
Not often. So maybe like
Definitely would.
once a quarter.
Yeah. Well, and so this one in particular is very
5
interesting.
cents.
As you go ahead and make your way forward, this strange group of individuals convening together, bound by a shared purpose, a shared pursuit of a single man, you'll begin to make your way over to Westtown, the inner city district of Kadesh. As you go ahead and approach the gate, you see the tall brick walls that go up probably about, I would say easily goes up probably about 8 stories, effectively, with guardsmen at the top. As you approach the gate, you can see that the portcullis is currently open at the moment, and barring the way is what looks to be a squad of 4 street coppers, and then you see a man in a blue leather duster with a blue flat-brimmed hat, and then everybody's eyes go wide as you see the ornate leather holster and the 2 ironwood handle revolvers at his side. The way that this gunslinger, this knight of this world looks, he's sort of a very calloused looking man, kind of has like a triangle shaped face, and you can see what looks like a scar go across his eye here. With that, his eye seems kind of like glazed over, it kind of has this white filmy look to it. And then he has another cut right here, as he's just sort of keeping an eye out. Different carts, carriages, horses are passing on through, and as they pass on through, he goes ahead and inspects some papers. Before you know it, you're next in line.
Before we got in line, I want to shape change into somebody I saw earlier in the city, just a random passerby.
Wait. This is a checkpoint?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and nudge Eden, and I'll say, be wary not to cross a gunslinger. One who is too arrogant to believe they can fail is often correct. And if if there's one thing that gunslingers carry, it's arrogance.
Trust me.
I'm gonna
Last thing I want to do is get on one of their
keep
bad
blind
sides.
to that eye, that milky eye.
But they'll know my.
He's gonna do like a medicine
A
check.
gunslinger, there's no way. There's no way he wouldn't recognize you from a wanted poster. Is there any way? Can I?
You can see that he's currently kind of preoccupied as he's shuffling through papers and just kind of checking and letting the street coppers kind of do the work.
Okay, so street coppers are.
Street coppers?
Okay, so he's preoccupied. So there's a brief window where I can just get in, do the.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, I'll
You
just.
see Saban open his vest and pull out his papers to get into the wall.
And
just
you,
gonna try to
you
stealth
say the
out.
wanted poster thing out loud.
Whisper it more or less to you.
Okay, so I'll use prestidigitation, and I'm gonna create a small mark. It's just gonna be a scar across your cheek right
Okay,
there.
I'll rock with that.
And hopefully that would be enough to deter them from recognizing him from a wanted poster.
I'm also gonna try to just slip in without giving any papers, because I don't have any.
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand as you do the semantic components.
Okay.
Or you should have just given them your glasses with your nose and the mustache, bro.
Well, I can't do that. I can create a mark on a surface, and that's
Here's your
what I'm
paper,
doing.
Seamus.
No, I
11.
had any.
Say again.
11.
11. Okay.
Just show it to the guys and we'll get on
He'll be helping you, so you do have advantage.
Oh, I'm doing sleight of hand. So well, same
it.
modifier.
I'll look over.
Well, yeah, 11.
Okay.
You're disguising yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Cord, is there a reason you couldn't go through this checkpoint?
Yes.
Oh, right, because of the. Okay, yeah.
So
So the whole discussion we had now, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So, Heston and Eden, you do know that citizens of Kadesh do carry around a paper that simply proclaims that they're a citizen of Kadesh.
Oh, I would have a paper then already.
Yeah, so you guys are able to freely walk across the city.
Oh.
One of the local laws that you guys are aware of, though, is that any visitors from outside of town have to register with a city pass once they get past the walls. You still probably want to stay hidden because you're a face they're looking out for, shall we say? Maybe even same with you.
Yeah,
but-
I already disguised myself. So.
But as long as you have a paper, you're pretty set. And you would have a paper as well. You just want to be able to hide yourself somehow.
We have our city passes.
No, that's mine.
Oh, we're about to buy our city pass? Okay.
With more money.
So with that, as y'all kind
If I
of
did have money, I'd like.
as y'all kind of approach, you do prestidigitation to give him a scar.
Yep, just a scar, kind of raunchy, but it's gonna be fairly small, but raunchy scar across his face. That's something that would definitely be shown in a wanted poster if someone was to look at it.
Object or surface. Cool. Absolutely. Okay, cool. Yeah. So with that, as y'all kind of walk forward, Saban and Seamus, y'all are the first to kind of approach as a copper in that sort of blue uniform comes up and says, "Oh, long days and pleasant nights, Collies."
Absolutely looking for passage into the wall.
Certainly. Never. Wow.
He's quite the sight to behold, I will say.
Where'd you
Wonderful,
find him?
wonderful, wonderful work of art he is.
Is this what happens when you give a machine enough oil?
I would say so. Very strapping, large robot. And I'll tap the back of his leg because he's 6 foot 7 feet tall.
Tap his knee.
We're just looking to do some business in the city, not looking to stay too long, looking for a guest pass.
Guess pass, absolutely. That'll cost you about 2 silver pieces.
Absolutely, hand him over.
All right. He goes ahead, takes it. He says, 2 silver pieces for you too.
Yes, sir.
And what brings you into the inner district of Kadesh?
Well, we're on the look. We're just looking for some advice on some kind of magical artifacts on the mages. So we're just consulting a wizard.
You got any documents that show y'all's affiliation and things of that nature?
With mages?
Yeah, with mages and
Yes,
companies that you're
yes, sir. And I bought the papers.
All right, I need to just copy this over.
Absolutely.
When visitors come, if they get into trouble, we need to have a record of accountability.
I understand, sir.
He kind of looks past. He says, "I'll get to the rest of y'all in a minute." Goes over, basically kind of walks inside of the gate, and then kind of where the archway is of this giant wall, there is a door off to the side, which he enters into. After a while, he goes ahead, has your papers, has a fresh set of what almost looks like letters effectively, as he goes ahead, walks over. Here you go. Hands you one. Hands you one. Inside, those are official documents, basically copies of where you're from and such. We went ahead and made some others as well, so try not to get into trouble. You see the wax seal right there? As you look at it, it's a wax seal that shows a gun and a rose. It says, show that to anybody who asks where you're from, or if you look like visitors, they're going to come up, approach. That gives you access into the inner city.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
If we lose this, we're going to wall. We're going to go to get it replaced.
Just come on right back over here.
All right.
Can I roll stealth and try to stand behind him for the entire interaction and then just slip on with them?
He's 7 feet tall. I mean, he's pretty big.
There's multiple angles.
Like
So
Looney
something
Tunes
is-
type step for step.
There's
that-
guards. There's guards on either side. So regardless of where you stand, they're gonna see you. Unfortunately. Yeah. It's tough.
I can only bring so much attention to myself.
If you're able to somehow find a way to like cover all sides of you, then you say.
Were you able to get a city pass while you joined that
Probably not.
gang?
I was in a gang.
Do you have money?
Well, how long were you in the game for?
Like maybe a week.
Yeah, literally just a week.
Did you commit a crime at all?
Probably, yeah. Probably a couple of them.
Does he have any wanted posters?
Huh?
Does he have any wanted posters?
You don't see any around.
They
There's
probably
not,
have
there's
it
not
around
like
the entrance to the
a
gate, right?
corkboard with wanted pictures on it next to the entrance?
There is. There is.
I
There's
see.
a cork board, but there's no wanted posters as of yet. Right now, it seems to be a collection of different odd jobs. Some prints from a company known as the Kadesh Chronicle. What seems to be several other articles detailing different events happening within the city. That kind of thing.
I assume I would know if I were wanted though, right?
Yeah, you would know. No, you've gotten away pretty clean with all your stuff.
So, real quick, in a flash of genius, before I walk through the gate, I'm gonna quickly slip my flintlock under my shirt that was clearly visible.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm gonna walk up to him and say,
Roll sleight of hand check.
oof.
Just drop this on the ground.
Oh, that's not mine.
That's not my
Sorry for cussing.
Ooh, 22.
Nice.
22.
Oh.
Yeah?
You sound like a clown more when you did that. Oh, that was crazy, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It goes on.
This would be bad.
All right. So as you do that and everything, what did you get again?
22.
Basically, the gunslinger begins sorting through the papers, turns and looks, hands it off to one of the coppers while you guys are taking care of y'all stuff. He walks past and he says, "Coley." As he approaches, you can see that he stands at about 6 foot tall. He looks at you and he says, "Can I see that?"
What? What you trying to see?
The flintlocks.
My flintlock? That's just an old toy, I mean.
Goes ahead and grabs it.
Yeah, I mean, somebody just gave it to me as I was walking down that alley. They said it was a little toy.
Where'd you get this?
I actually
I
bought it
just told
just
you.
yesterday.
I was walking down that alley and some guy named Ronnie Creedbone gave it to me. I don't know.
Roll deception.
So your last name was Creedmoor?
My twin brother.
Oh, that's a nat 20 plus 5. 25.
25? Oh, brother, this may be cutting it close.
He's gonna be a pretty high level.
Okay, he kind of looks at you and he says, "Well, son, this is a dangerous weapon."
Well, can I take it back to him?
No.
No, I have to though.
Well, we're going to have to explain it a little bit differently to him. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's actually mine. I'm from about 3,000 years in the past. Where I come from, those were very allowed. I'm still trying to learn this new world. Me, that's kind of like an ancient relic. If you really think about it, I had to fight a kraken and all that. I mean,
Do we hear that?
Samuels.
Yeah.
What the hell is she talking about?
Say it. Yeah. What?
I believe him.
Yeah. he just sort of looks to you and he says, "Y'all hearing this Coley right now?
Sir, I met him today.
Listen, Cully. Guns. No for citizens. Not least within the inner city. You
Believe
can
it
come
or
back
not,
for it later, but
I'm not actually a citizen. Actually, I'm a criminal from a gang. I just need my gun back.
Sir, I just met him today. I don't know anything about him.
he looks at you and he says, "Are you now?"
Well, not really a criminal. I'm a pirate, actually.
Okay.
A
And what crimes have you committed?
too many to count, really. But I'm actually a captain. I'm the captain of that umbrella that tied me. We go out there on that big pond. We fight them big water bugs and krakens, whatnot.
Another worshiper of Umberly Tide.
No, we're not worshiping. No, really arch nemesis, I'd say. You know, we never got along. You know me.
So with that, the rest of the coppers just kind of look, and you kind of slowly notice that you're being
We
surrounded.
actually hate each other.
Hey, I'm
you
sorry.
realize that you're being surrounded by.
I'm slipping
coppers
out.
there?
I'm slipping out while that happens. I'm slipping.
If any of y'all want to take the moment to try and sneak in, now is the time. Now is the time to do it, as they're all distracted.
Yeah, are they? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how distracted are they?
Like all the coppers have now gathered.
Alright, I'm
around.
gonna try to sneak in.
Not to say nothing now, but it looks like they're all trying to slip.
Thank God we got our papers, man.
I got my papers too.
Y'all
I
go ahead,
have
y'all
my
go ahead.
papers.
That's true. You do have your papers.
I have papers.
Do you
but
think your disguise is going to be good enough though?
Hell nah. So I would've.
Roll stealth check.
Matter of fact,
I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna say I have my papers. So I'm disguised.
Yeah, I'll roll a
so-
stealth. I'll roll a stealth.
Karis, what are you going to do?
That's a okay.
Say I have my papers. I'm just trying to pass. I don't know these weirdos.
The
I got a
gunslinger.
14.
Is there any? Are people watching the gunslinger himself?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Great move.
Well, they're watching him. They're watching. They're watching Johnny.
okay, so they're watching Johnny Creedmoor. I'm gonna try to cast Charm Person
The
on
cell of the
gunslinger.
sense right there.
Oh, that's spicy, son.
I rolled a 14 on my stealth.
A what?
And they gonna do it. I don't think.
14.
Not to say
They're
it's
No, I'm pausing.
They're pretty distracted right now. They're pretty distracted.
Oh, not for long apparently.
Huh?
Yeah, because he said they're.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like, how much movement speed do you have?
30.
You might have made it. I don't think. Any
I
of
have
us-
30 walking.
30 walking. Okay.
I got papers, man. I'm good.
I got papers too.
Okay. You can choose stealth or you can dash. Just dash on out.
Would I get it if I dashed?
Huh?
Would I would. It would.
Yeah, you get it if you would dash.
Oh yeah, I just run. Yeah.
Okay, you just run. Nice.
So,
What are you doing? Are you running?
I'm trying to cast Charm Person on the gun. But so it's
Okay.
a range of 30 feet.
But anyway,
Whenever, as long as they're not directly staring at me, I'm gonna go ahead and try to cast Charm Person on the gun.
Okay, yeah, you'll be able to do that. You want to do it?
Yeah.
What's the saving throw?
14 wisdom. This ain't gonna work.
14 wisdom?
Pretty scared, but I'm gonna try it.
can I give him advantage since I'm right there?
Or you would more so
Can I give him
give
the
the
whole action?
gunslinger disadvantage, but I don't know if that would work.
Okay,
Well, that's true. Yeah, we'll see.
he rolled a natural 19.
Oof.
So
But
with
before
that,
I know the result, I'll use my inspiration to make him
He
reroll.
just told you the result.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
yeah, sorry,
Sorry.
guys.
They never officially said it, you know.
Well-
never know.
You know what 19 means,
Yeah.
14 means.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
give it a wrap.
Let me see. Okay, with that, he kind of cocks his head as there's almost a sound of time, and he sort of just begins to look around, and he says, fellas, somebody's trying to use the glamour on me. He points to who's all still hanging around.
So
I am.
We
As he says that,
I'm just standing there with my paper wanting to go through. So
I'm gonna say,
He would point to everybody who would still be there and say, all y'all line up on the sidewalk right now.
I bet you it's one of them shady characters up there. You give me my pistol, I help you out right now.
He just sort of looks at you just with the flintlock pistol, puts it back. He says, "Not happening, son."
Right, not yet. I got you.
All right. Two of the coppers behind you kind of grab you arm in arm to hold you. The other two coppers join the gunslinger as y'all kind of line up and everything. Y'all all together.
So we met today.
Seems that way.
I have business. Me and my associate here have business on our own. These two have tagged along with us because we seem to be going to the same place.
And
that is about all I know. That is the
this-
extent of our relationship.
This feller, acquainted, strong word in this situation, I think. More like forced into the situation.
see.
I did do that, yeah.
Did y'all know that he had a gun?
No, sir, did not.
He's lying. I pulled it on him. I almost shot that one in the head. Keep going, though.
You know how valuable guns are to our people.
Okay, it doesn't look like a normal gun though, does it? Not like the ones we're used to.
The flintlock?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks very.
I would say this is obviously not the kind of gun we're used to seeing.
As you speak, he approaches up to you, just pulls the hood down immediately.
Do I see any like guy like now that I'm out there? Do I see any guys that like are there two guys walking next to each other or something like that?
There's people walking next to each other. Yeah.
Anybody conversing like in a group?
Anybody conversing in a group?
Yeah.
Yeah, several people just off on the sidewalks, things like that. Absolutely.
Okay.
There's one group in particular of what looks to be two ladies and this older looking cook by his clothes as they're just kind of talking on the footsteps of what looks to be a bakery.
Okay. I'm gonna walk into the bakery.
Okay, yeah. You go ahead and approach, and you see a bakery with a little sign that says.
I don't even need to, because I'm gonna look at her, the owner, and I'm just gonna be like.
So you walk inside. It's a bakery called Sugar and Stone. When you walk inside, what it is a what looks like a male human by the name of. Well, you don't know his name. Looks to be 53 years old. He has long braided hair, brown hair, with sort of almost blackish eyes. They're kind of hard to see within the lighting of the bakery. Kind of has rough, sunburned, tan skin. He kind of looks at you and says, "Need anything today, Pooler?"
Yeah, I need you to yell out that somebody's robbing you, and draw a lot of attention really fast. And then I grab a loaf of bread or something. Is there like bread on the counter?
Not really on the counter. There's sort of a glass case where some of it can be used.
I break the glass with a dagger. I grab it. Yeah, and now you yell. Fine. And I run.
Roll sleight of hand. Roll sleight of hand.
Yell like somebody's robbing you. And
then rob him.
Yell like what I'm about to do.
I got an 11, but I'm going to re-roll with inspiration.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, fuck. 15.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy enough. You just go ahead and...
Why did I spend push on that?
As you go ahead and grab the bread, he says, "My bread! My sourdough! No!" As you run run out. He goes ahead and runs after the three people who were sitting there on the steps. Just sort of goes, "What?"
Oh yeah,
and
then
he says, "Damn! He stole my sour bread!"
And then I tossed the sour bread to one of the people that were hanging out on the outside, and I dipped back into the shadows.
Oh, nice. Okay. So
No, I don't. That's stupid. No,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just keep running. I run, and I yell, and I just say, "Thanks for the bread!" And I run like towards hopefully what's some alleyway I can hide.
The cook, the apprentice baker, just after you run out, he just kind of goes. Well, it's meant to be more of a scare scream, like but you know that's you know
You step on his foot on the way out.
Just imagine him.
He said,
My bread!
Mamma mia!
As he's screaming, he's just pointing at you like
Screams in Italian.
Screams in Italian. But with that, you begin running.
Does it draw the attention?
Yeah, some of the coppers from in the gate just kind of look. Gunslinger points to them, go, and they go off to go catch you. So go to roll me a stealth check.
No, the gunslinger himself didn't want.
No.
he thought we were a bread stealer.
But
You should have stolen his
two of the
life.
coppers do.
Two of the coppers!
So instead of now 4 of the coppers and 1 gunslinger, it's just 2 coppers and 1
Did
gunslinger.
the two
That's not good. That's a natural 1.
Oh!
Plus 7, 8.
You go.
Plus 7, 8?
You go, and unfortunately, just in the excitement of it all, you turn to see if they're following. And at the same time, this fish cart kind of passes on by. A nice like tuna falls down, and you just kind of slip. Swoop! and just kind of fall. You're able to get back up and go into the alley, but the coppers are like going to be right behind you now, as you're not able to.
I'm gonna throw bread at him.
Crazy how much that helped.
You already threw the bread at one of the ladies. Oh no, you
I
kept
took that
it
back.
You
Yeah.
kept it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to slow their pace by chunking both pieces.
Throw a piece of bread at him. What else slow down?
Absolutely.
What if they're allergic?
Uh,
What if they like gluten allergy?
I'm just.
yeah, so this is going to be.
We can't throw our lot in with these people.
What if they have undiagnosed celiac
That's what I'm
disease?
saying.
Wow.
Can you roll a celiac check? Can you roll an autoimmune disorder check?
Auto dispute.
Alright.
Hold on.
I can roll athletics.
Let me.
Boy, you better chunk that bread
I
hard.
gotta get my gun back, bro. You can't take my gun
Just come back at night and steal it.
I rolled a
He was gonna let you
22,
have it
bro.
back after you leave out of the inner gate.
But I ain't got no papers, man.
Could have bought papers.
You can
I
buy
ain't got no money,
It
man.
didn't seem like he was
Somebody
gonna
could
give
give
it
you
back. I did not get the inclination he was gonna give it back.
He said he was. Gunslingers can't lie.
Well, this
Oh, I didn't hear
He
him say
said
he
he
was
was
gonna.
going to give it back to you after you left the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I think he
I
was
thought he
lying.
meant after he left the city.
I did too.
That's how I heard it.
After you come back out of the wall, he'll give it back.
Well, so if
Yeah.
I would have, I didn't do
Or
it.
he would have had you not said, I'm a criminal.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't, but you
Well, I
did.
was.
I really thought I was helping y'all.
You can't take it back now. You did help a little bit.
I
I'm a crook, I'm not a liar, man.
So yeah, so the coppers.
among thieves.
The question is, you had already dashed 6 feet, so the coppers are about, we'll say, 80 feet away from
Oh, I'm
you.
not throwing bread.
And dashing, yeah. So I mean that's the thing. They just know where you're gonna be, so you don't have to throw it.
So I'm just gonna keep. I'm gonna try to whenever you want me to. I'll try another stealth check to blend into the crowd or something like that.
Yeah. So I tell you what. So here's the thing. Here's the gate. Here is the bakery where you got a bread loaf from. So where do you want to go?
I'm gonna go into that that alleyway to the right. Like, do you see the? If you
Skinny
go,
one? You're on the
the
right.
skinny one. Yeah, that one, the left. Yeah.
That's the left, but yeah.
So that's the one that you were gonna run into.
Never mind. I'm gonna go into the street on the right. You see how there's a gap there? That's where I'm gonna go.
Right here.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And what I'm gonna try to do here is, if I have to roll a sleight of hand, I will. I actually want to shed my cloak and put it on somebody else, and hand them the bread.
And hand them the bread. Okay.
Is it a cloak that opens in the middle? Or?
It's just like a flap on.
Okay.
So I feel like I could put it on somebody's head, like.
I tell you
Yeah,
what.
to the person. Ugh.
Right before
Just keep going.
before I find out kind of how this goes, what are the rest of y'all
Alright,
doing?
back in line, I'm just gonna be like, I don't know these people. I was just in line trying to get through the gate. I have my papers. Can I just go?
I'll get to you soon. Say here, Sai. What is a tiefling doing here in the city of Kadesh?
I think he's alright.
If there's any place to find work, wouldn't it be here?
You're not gonna find much of a place for you here.
Darn.
I'm gonna need to check your person if that's okay.
Feel free.
Wait, based on what?
Based on the fact that I felt somebody do magic to me. Somebody used a glam on me.
Was it him?
And most tieflings, they are quite. God, this is sounding awful.
They're quite glamorous.
He looks at you and he says,
I certainly don't.
most tieflings in our experience tend to be wielders of the glam.
Well,
Some of them of the art.
Sir, with all due respect, it would make me feel so much better as a citizen and a guest to have my local authority not work based off assumption.
You're questioning the authority of the gunslinger.
If that's what you would call it, then that is what it will be.
Yeah, get him, man.
You speak true, son. But unfortunately, magic on a gunslinger, it's a big no-no.
I understand that.
Roll persuasion.
Do I use Cam, did you say I use the glam, art, or shine? I can't remember.
You use
Use the glam, right?
You use the
It's
art.
gonna be bad.
You use the art.
The glam is...
The glam is like is magic in general and inherent.
That's
magic.
innate magic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
and the art is studied.
well, it can also refer to just magic in general, but then the art is magic.
It's essentially studied
yeah.
magic. Okay.
Studied
14.
or bardic magic.
14.
And the D has the touch, right? Which is celestial or divine?
No, you have the light.
The light.
But I think we're changing it cosmetically where it's more like
For some things. I am a little religious.
cool. Awesome.
I'm a little stitches.
Well, what'd you get?
14.
Sort of looks at you and he says, "All right, we'll start in order then. kind of looks. He says, "You up first." As he kind of begins to pat you down, what would he find?
He'll find my papers and my passport, I guess. My pass. Besides that, in my breast pocket, I have a little tinkering kit
Okay.
and my shield on my back and my briefcase.
It has like medical supplies, right?
Yeah, medical supplies on one half of it, and the other side is the tools that I was given.
He's gonna go ahead and open up the briefcase, where he finds all the medicine and stuff inside. Fancy yourself a physician?
Yes, sir.
As part of your program?
Well, I've started recently.
Goes and puts it up. He says, kind of looks. He says, "I'm gonna hang on to the shield for now."
Okay.
Goes ahead, kind of puts it on his back instead. Goes over to you, Saban. Check him out.
Let's see. Obviously, my bow and arrow on my back. He'd take out my notepad out of my breast pocket. He has a little, I would say something similar to a wallet in his back pocket. But when you open it, it's like Sparrow. I think, and then is his coin purse.
Okay. He kind of sorts through it. He looks at it. The business cards. Sparrowfield, huh? I see. Doing business here, I'm guessing?
Yes, sir. In the business that I do here, may very well end up colliding with you. And I don't mean that in like a crazy cosmic way, obviously. I mean it that I'm gonna try and become a gunslinger. I understand that.
Cully,
my folk,
are you of noble blood?
that's what I'm here to find out. I don't know yet. Obviously, there are not much gunslingers. I don't know if I've even heard of one.
We've had some great ones in our time. None of the most recent number, but rest assured, gunslingers come in all shapes and size, but one thing that's always been in constant with them is that they're of noble blood. If you can't prove that you're of nobility, then I'm sorry. You have a different purpose in life.
I understand.
That's how you get used to it.
I'm just here to see if I have it.
Well. Well, may you be well met on your path to Ka.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Sort of kind of keeps going, goes over to you now, Karis.
Mm-hmm.
As he goes ahead, begins kind of patting you down.
I'm gonna, I'll say, oh, I almost forgot. And I'll reach and grab my orb. It's an arcane focus. And as I'm grabbing it, I'm gonna try to do it quietly enough to where they wouldn't understand. Use prestidigitation to create a small mark on the orb, because it's the only magic item that'll probably draw a lot of attention. It's an arcane focus.
You got an orb, or?
Yes, arcane focus. It's an orb.
Okay, nice. Yeah, just a regular crystal ball.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make a small mark on it that's just the gun and rose symbol I saw on the wax seal earlier.
On the little crystal ball.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
So I'll pull it out and I'll say this was given to me.
It is going to be a verbal. It is going to be a verbal and semantic thing.
Okay.
For you to do. So.
It's like, I'm looking for anybody who casts magic. Cast magic right in front of him.
It would reveal it because
reveal it.
even if you're able to do the semantic part, he's right there. So doing the verbal part would be a little tricky. We can say that you were doing it while he was patting them down, but what I'm going to need you to do is do a sleight of hand check and a stealth check to
Okay,
kind of
I'll do that because this is
kinda like make
something
it
that is
where
something
your
I
lips
was
aren't
already
moving.
thinking about. Sleight of hand and stealth.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's 15 for sleight of hand, 14 for stealth.
Let's look at rolls.
They're both +0, so
15 and 14.
yep.
All right. Easy enough.
Okay. So
Go ahead.
it'll just be a small black image of the gun and rose symbol I saw on the wax seal earlier, and I'll pull it out and say, "This was given to me whenever I was told to come here."
Looks pretty. Who gave it to you?
A friend of a friend of a friend. He just said that.
You have a name for any of those friends?
Sincerely, no.
You want to roll a deception or?
No, officer, I would never.
I mean, I guess it'd be deception because I'm lying about the whole situation.
Yeah.
23.
Reach for his service weapon.
Ooh, 23.
23?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he reached for my service weapon. So.
Twat nanny.
Return the favor.
Fuck.
Glows. It glows, dog. It was wow. Okay.
Wow.
He goes ahead. He looks at it and says, "Are you a citizen around these lands?"
No, but hopefully soon.
Hands it off to you. Continues to pat down. Reaches over. And he kind of takes off this necklace.
I'll grab it.
Listen,
This is a family trinket. I'd prefer you not.
I'm going to give it back to you. I just need to inspect it real quick.
I'd prefer you not remove it.
You're not going to get into these gates unless I see what it is. If you want, I can hide it. Are you worried about somebody trying to steal it?
Yes, everyone.
He goes ahead, takes it off, makes sure to just hold it. All right. Just keeps it in the palm of his hands and then just says, "Hold your hand out." Now, was that so hard?
Much more difficult than any of this should have been.
I agree. Completely. Now, what else would he find on your body by chance?
I really do travel light, so a blanket, crossbow and crossbow bolts.
He goes and takes the crossbow bolts.
That's fine.
You can get it once you leave the inner gate.
Take them out of my inventory, or shall I?
Just have them unmarked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 2 short swords on me as well. So you would take all the weapons?
Yeah, he'd take that as well.
Herbalism kit,
Yeah, that's fine.
quarterstaff, studded leather armor, and a candle wick. That's it.
All right. Goes ahead, moves on. He goes over to you, Heston.
I'm just gonna say, I can't believe this. I'm just a humble musician trying to get to work.
I understand, but procedures and such.
I'm gonna retcon, by the way. I've had a dulcimer this whole time, not a lute.
A dulcimer. Okay, cool. Neat.
So dulcimer, he'd find a dulcimer. He'd find 2 hidden daggers. A burn stone the leather. Just a map, some clothes, ink, lamp, oil flask, paper, stuff like that.
He goes ahead and starts kind of patting you down. He says, or he doesn't say anything. He just pats you down. What does he find on you?
I just said. Sorry, I thought you heard.
No, I'm sorry.
2 hidden daggers, the dulcimer,
Okay,
leather, paper, clothes, extra player clothes.
you got it. Yeah, he would go ahead, take the daggers, just puts it on the side, puts it in the pouch where he's able to fit it. With that, as that happens, you see as another figure approach from inside the wall, one with a blue leather duster and a blue flat brim hat, blonde hair that goes down to her shoulders, and pointed ears of a half-elf, as she goes ahead and she says something in a language that you, Karis, and Johnny, you've never really heard before. But you, Heston, recognize it as none other than the high speech, as she says, effectively says, "How many troublemakers do we have today?" And then the gunslinger that was checking on y'all just turns around and says, "Dela." He says, "Oof." She says, "Should we send them to the Devar?" He says, "No, I don't think it'll be necessary." With Dela meaning many, and then Devar meaning a prison. With that, we go back over to you, Eden.
So Eden would have thought this is a stupid idea to mess with the cloak. I'm just gonna try to slip into the crowd.
Okay. You go ahead and turn that corner, and at the same time, you have no complications. As you're able to go ahead, turn the corner, you see that there is a crowd of people just kind of walking about. It seems that this is a row of various both tailors and fine taverns along this road here. You actually kind of recognize it from your travels, but it's not like something that you haven't ever been inside the inner walls enough to basically kind of know what this road is, but you know that like you keep going forward, you're going to run into a crowd, and sure enough, you eventually do. Roll me another stealth check.
Okay, 19.
Any modifiers?
12 plus 7.
You know, man,
Are we
unfortunately,
doing 19 rules?
Unfortunately-
decide on that?
I don't think so.
nah, they're not the same way. Not the same way.
Wow.
Unfortunately,
19.
wow, dude, they just barely, because they rolled a natural 19. That's the crazy thing. Unfortunately, you're kind of like trying to keep pace. You're going forward. You turn around, and they're still behind you as you now hear them say, "Stop! Stop that puller! Stop him now!" One of the other coppers says, "Harrier! We got a Harrier in our midst!"
Just gonna keep running.
Okay, you keep running. As you're kind of going, you know, you're right here. Let's see, you're right here in this alleyway, or in this street. Where do you want to turn to?
I'm gonna go north.
Okay, you're gonna go north through here?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, you good.
As you go ahead and turn right into there, you suddenly pass into this alleyway, and you can see what looks to be a attached, effectively stable, and you run past a bunch of these different horses that are currently feeding. Unfortunately, one of the horses gets spooked and lashes out with a heavy kick. Make a dexterity saving throw of 12.
About to break your ribs, dog.
I have a +5 to this, so I got a 20.
A 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy enough. Kicks out. You're able to dodge out of the way. The coppers are coming forward. They're going to do the same exact thing. Okay. One of the coppers, the first copper is able to go ahead and pass on by as this horse just keeps kicking. Just copper passes on by under, just like you. The second copper says, "Stop! Stop here!" Pop! As he just gets knocked out as the hoof connects with his temple, and he just goes, pop, falls down. The other copper just turns, just runs, and he says, "You're gonna pay for that!" As he just starts taking off after you further. Where are you going now?
Whenever I'm gonna go left.
Okay, you're gonna go left?
I'm gonna keep, knowing this city a little bit, I want to go back, try to hide in the crowds again. So I'm gonna go back towards that main street.
Okay, absolutely. You go ahead, turn left. You make it out onto the main street. No complications. You're able to go ahead and go onto the main street, and you see as a large stagecoach is actually passing on by. If you want, you can try to hide behind it and follow suit with it and everything.
Yep.
This will be a disadvantage as you're having to keep up a high pace to basically stay with this.
Got you. Alright, that's 11 and 5 plus 7. 12. So 11.
What is it?
11.
11? All right, easy enough. You go ahead, get to the edge of basically get behind the stagecoach and walk with it, and then you're actually able to see as the copper basically moves past the main road here to the next alley and says, "Stop! Stop!" As you're able to effectively dodge
Sweet.
the copper.
Alright, now I'm just gonna make my way to the place that Heston said. I'm assuming you would have told us the name of this place, or no?
I don't think so.
But I'm just gonna...
I mean, I feel like you kind of figured it out, though, right?
Yeah, you said you'd inferred that.
Yeah.
You mentioned it was a brothel?
Obvious to you, but...
You said the name.
I said it was a place where... So if you can roll insight, I said it was a place where it wouldn't necessarily be busy, but it would be a discreet place.
Roll me a history check. Roll me a history check.
Yeah, 18 plus, I think 3.
Why didn't he arrest the horse that hit that officer?
Yeah, 21.
21? Okay, you know enough to know that this brothel, the Wispy Willow is what it's called?
Something Willow, I can't remember what
The Clumsy Willow. You've heard of the Clumsy Willow before, especially while being out on the street. So you know that, okay, this is going to be the place.
Okay.
This is where I need to go.
I'm just gonna start eating all my bread and heading over there.
Okay.
Your bread.
Easy enough?
At least you got some free bread.
Easy enough?
It's sourdough. Have you even
With a
had
grin on your
sourdough?
face, Eden, you go ahead, start enjoying the sourdough, and just head on over
I
to
feel a
your
little
destination.
stupid. He does feel a little stupid, but he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't feel stupid. I feel stupid. It was so unnecessary, but.
All right. With the rest of y'all, effectively, the gunslinger kind of turns towards you now, Johnny, as he begins patting you down some more. What does he find?
Evil secrets.
He finds a rapier,
A pirate ship.
A bazooka.
two daggers,
Okay.
thieves' tools,
Okay.
a crowbar,
Wow.
1,000 ball bearings,
Just for those criminal coded
a hammer,
A hammer.
and my grandpappy's violin. That fiddle.
Nuclear codes. Nuclear launch codes.
Plan to
Okay.
rob a
That's
bank.
it.
He just kind of like looks at all of this. He takes the crowbar, the thieves' tools, the daggers, the rapier, all that good stuff. He just sort of looks at all this.
I do a lot of robbing and whatnot.
But for a just cause.
We don't know.
Yeah, for that gold and whatnot.
He
Just that gold.
He just looks at you and is just blinking. The other gunslinger, the half elf one, approaches as she just kind of turns to the male human one.
Well, as
and
she
says,
walks up, I say, "Hello, beautiful maiden," in Sylvan.
"In what?
In Sylvan.
In Sylvan? Let's see if she knows. Let's see if she knows that language."
Silver Learning Center, dude.
It's crazy. Remember those commercials?
In a minute.
I would know like
No, it's not
gunslinger
that.
ranks.
Beyond help.
Right, Cameron?
No,
Huh?
sir. No,
I would know like
absolutely not.
gunslinger ranks.
Don't you
Yeah,
ever do that
Does
again.
the lady outrank him?
No, they seem to be the same rank. Same rank. She just sort of looks to you. She says, "I don't speak the language. Sorry."
I ain't never met no elf that didn't speak no Sylvan me.
Sylvan.
You strange.
She goes ahead and just kind of like ignores you. Just turns over to the male gunslinger and says, "Devar Tet." The two coppers kind of like look at each other as the female gunslinger says,
all of us.
"Follow." No, she said Devar Tet, or not Devar Titi. Actually, is what she meant to say. That's how it's pronounced. That's how it's said. That's how it's said. As she kind of turns and says Devar Titi, which you know to mean little prison, or typically means like basically a small cage, effectively. Not an official prison, but like a little, basically just a holding cell.
Did she explain it's just for him or all of us?
Just for him.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Nice. Yep.
I'll let it happen.
As she goes ahead and says, "We got a couple questions for you, but congratulations. You get to go ahead and spend the night within Kadesh's rich infrastructure."
Well, that seems to be where I end up pretty much every night lately. So hopefully they give me my same room from last night. We'll see.
Okay. Follow me. And
I know the way.
Huh?
I said I know the way.
She says, "Oh, not to this one."
Ooh, change of scenery. Okay.
With that, she goes ahead and tells the coppers to follow as they go ahead and begin to make their way towards the gate.
Can I at least take my gun to the prison?
You're not getting that gun back now.
What about my grandpappy's fiddle meat? Play me a little tune up there.
You will get the fiddle back. Don't worry.
All right. There's no weapons in that fiddle now. I tell you that much. All right, let's go.
There's no contraband to be found in that fiddle.
They just all kind of look to each other and go,
He's the greatest pirate who ever lived.
"Surely." She actually ends up taking the fiddle from one of the coppers that was carrying it and just shakes it around. Is there anything in the fiddle?
Nope.
Okay, she goes.
Not that you here.
She goes ahead and says,
It's not a maraca, it's a fiddle. What you doing?
She turns, talks in the high speech to the other gunslinger, says, "He's worse than the Cantoy." With that, continues on. They actually bring you inside of the wooden doors that are within the archway of the gate of the high wall. And eventually you're thrown into this room where effectively there's 4 holding cells. Basically what you can imagine is something akin to like what you would find in Skyrim, where it's just a simple wooden room built into the infrastructure of the wall, holding cells. They go ahead, throw you inside. They say, we'll meet with you soon enough, but we gotta go talk to your friends. But in the meanwhile, maybe you can think about your esteemed legacy as a criminal while we go ahead and make sure the rest of your friends can make it on by.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. Take your time, you know. I got lots of thinking to do. How I'm gonna break out, who I'm gonna rob next, all that. So keep going.
Oh, you puller. You're not getting out of here.
No.
Not for a while, not for a while.
Long time, yeah.
Yeah.
That window looks loose over there, though. You might
There's no windows. There's no windows. Yeah, so with that, they step out. Male gunslinger approaches, says, rest of y'all are good to go. I think we have who we need.
Sir,
When
I'm so sorry.
I'm just gonna start walking after since we're free to go. I'm late for work.
You can grab your weapons back after you come back through the same gate, so just don't forget.
He'll tip his wrench in that and he'll head on in.
So give him my shield back because he did put it on.
No, he's not giving
He
it
didn't
back.
take the orb, right?
He'll give it back to you later once y'all come back.
You hit
Huh?
somebody with
He
a
didn't
shield.
take the orb,
Nope,
right? I
didn't
assume
take
he
the
didn't
orb.
recognize it as an arcane focus, so.
No. Ooh, actually, I didn't even realize.
Would have said that. It's my shield. Shoot
I did
Fuck
say,
you in your ass.
I did say it was an arcane
Sorry for
focus.
cussing.
Okay. He does. Actually, as y'all begin to go, you feel a hand on your shoulder. He says, I am going to need to see that crystal ball.
Okay, I'll pull it back out.
Special orbs.
It still has the gun in the rose on it, the symbol I saw, so
Yep.
I'll pass it to him.
Goes ahead, takes it. Welcome to West Town. Keep going, you'll make it to Old Quarter. And from there, you can see the castle.
Wait, he said see. Is he still holding it? He's taking it?
Huh?
Is he taking it? He said see it. Did he look at it and then just put it in his pocket?
What do you mean?
He took it.
He took it. Yeah,
get
he's
it
saying,
back.
he's saying,
You'll get it
he's saying
back.
you keep going, you'll see West Town. And
So wait, okay.
When you
'cause-
return
West
from
Town is the district there. Is
Because
that,
he said I need to see that orb. So whenever I handed it to him, he just took it.
yeah, he just took it. He just grabbed it, took it, put it into his coat.
Can I have that orb back?
When you come back through the gate, you can.
But I was told that I should keep that orb with me because it will serve me while I'm here.
Amazing. Well, funny enough,
That's crazy.
turns out you don't need it.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Arthur Elrond's rolling over in his grave with this communist autocratic society. He would have never let a city happen like this, but you know.
He sort of looks at you. He says,
know, there's
"A
always
friend of a
outliers."
friend of a friend told me I need to hang on to." it."
Darn. Hey, you know what? They always like.
Hey, wait till July
You know how
4th.
they-
You can carry that orb without a license. Just wait.
You know what they respond to?
I mean, I don't really. I'm broke, but
It's just like a certain country in Europe, you know. There's just confiscating everything if you want to come into our city.
fair enough.
Interesting. A lot of parallels to draw.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Does he have like a mustache or something on him? Like,
He says, "Wow, God." He looks at you. He looks at you and he says, "Welcome to Kadesh. You go past the gate, you'll make it into West Town. You keep going, you'll make it into the Old Quarter. From there, you can see the city. I expect all of you to be on your best behavior. I'm guessing that you're the oldest out of everybody.
I'm 2 years old.
Sir, he
What?
is 2 years old.
2 years. I was rebooted. 2
Who's the
years.
oldest out of all of you?
I'd say he's
I guess me.
16.
I'm 16.
Look after the rest of these folks, huh?
Oh, God.
Make sure you keep these folk in line."
Sir, it's a tall order, but I'll try.
Well, I'll be honest, sir.
all I
We don't
ask.
know that guy.
Yeah, we met him today. You
And
know,
I don't know if we want to know that guy.
Y'all
He
had
said nothing wrong.
long days and pleasant nights. Continue on your way.
Johnny's in that prison
And
cell.
we start walking.
And
You get
next
down
time,
that Gilead, you get
Pours,
down that bowl.
Yeah.
next time you address an elder with a sigh, okay? No, it's S-A-I. Well, you don't know this, but everybody else knows this.
In character, what
A
I
weapon?
Is that a bag?
Sensei?
No, so this is common all world knowledge. If you remember, basically, Sai is a way of saying sir or madam,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
like that.
I already walked off like 10 minutes ago.
Like Raphael's weapon?
Huh?
Like Raphael's weapon?
Yeah, no, like that. With
That
that,
almost saw you.
he goes in and says, "Move on, Jin." With that,
It's not a bad thing. That's just them saying that's how they say bye.
that's high speech. That's high speech
racist.
for
wasn't gonna assume
all your characters would be like, get.
so that's high speech. You know what it means.
I already
that
walked
kind of
off,
thing.
but yeah.
With that, you guys continue along y'all's way. You go ahead as y'all enter into the
should be
gate.
upset.
You see right here the same bakery where a 53-year-old human is just sort of going about saying, Where could he be?" He kind of looks over to you first, Hess, and he says, "Excuse me, sir, have you seen a young
I'm
child?"
late for
with a-"
work.
Some random kid on the corner just ah.
Saban and Seamus ask y'all go. He says, "Excuse me, little gnomeling. Oh my God."
Sure. Are you
Oh
okay? You
my
seem really
God.
distraught.
Yes. Have any of you seen a blonde, half-elf kid? He took my sourdough.
Ooh.
Sir, I'll keep a lookout. I'm afraid I have not seen something
Please.
like that before.
You don't
I'll
understand.
tell you what, I hate ne'er-do-wells. They ruined this fair city.
Thank you. That's what I've been trying to say. You're a pretty good kid, aren't you? Listen. The kneaded stone competition is coming up, and that was the best sourdough I ever made in my life. I had it baking for a fortnight, good sir. A fortnight.
Sounds like a very impressive piece of bread.
I'm munching on
I used a new ingredient called bloodroot inside of the yeast as well.
Interesting.
Yes.
Flip one up, man. What does this sourdough look like?
Yeah, also, what does that bloodroot do exactly?
Which way do you see him take off?
draws.
Let me look up what it does.
And also, sir, you look really stressed out. You need to, like,
Bro, I'm
Oh,
trying to alleviate
I'm stressed out, all
calm
right.
down, because, later in life, that can really put an impact on your lifespan if you
It's-
want to live to the fullest.
Sir, some say the stress compresses your spine. You won't be able to walk too in the later life.
Listen. You cannot ask. At the end of the day, we all reach our clearing at the end of the path.
Sir, do you smoke cigarettes?
He's got it. Bro, you're checking his blood pressure?
No.
That's from what I've heard.
As Saban flips it up, and goes to the Hess cord. Shake, we gotta go. Shake, we gotta go.
Cigarettes are a really good way of alleviating stress.
I smoke regularly. I actually smoke from my tobacco pipe at least like 3 times a day.
That's good. Keep it up.
I shall.
How is this medical advice?
That's what they did
Hold on,
back in the day, man.
wait. He says, but don't you want to know about bloodroots?
Yes, I do. Tomorrow, I'll come back.
Sir, we're on a very strict deadline. We've got
Okay, just if you see a thing of sourdough that has like some red vines in it and everything, I could really use it. It's great. It has excellent taste. It can either go ahead and invigorate you with newfound
I'm writing all this down.
with newfound vigor, or give you intense fiery diarrhea. I didn't get to test it yet, but we're gonna find out.
Any details on the crumb level? Sorry. I'm fucking with you.
On the crumb level? Oh, exquisite! I rest assured.
I'll kind of be behind him. I'm gonna catch up with him in a minute, but I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna.
Oh my God, sir!
One bite, everybody.
My associate here, he's had diarrhea. I can tell from his face. We have to go now.
I'm gonna stop and I'll say,
My diarrhea.
Is your
I'm-
folk up again?
yeah, I'll put it back up. I'm somewhat of an herbalist myself. When is this competition taking place?
Oh, it takes place. It takes place a week from now, 25th of Eldor on Green Day.
Is there any bread? Is there any bread in the immediate reach?
Huh?
Is there any of his bread in the immediate reach?
No, you'd have to go inside.
Wake me.
You know, there's no sacrifice.
Bro, he's about to steal some.
With that,
bread,
he
too.
says, well, thank you, little cullies. Y'all have a good one. Wish me best of luck, and please, I will offer you. Listen, I will offer you 20 silver pieces if you find that sourdough.
Well,
Sir, but you need to take a seat, take a step back, just breathe. Die soon if you keep stressing.
I'm trying. Why are you trying to give me this advice? I'm fine.
Sir, it's within the program.
You were literally hyperventilating when we came up to you.
Well, yeah, somebody took my sourdough.
I understand.
You know how much is on the line with this competition? We're talking 300 gold pieces.
Yell
gotta
back.
go.
I'm gonna say,
We gotta
I'm
go.
leaving,
300 gold pieces.
Sir, I'm walking
He's shitting
off.
himself.
I'm walking
We have
off.
to leave.
I'm walking off. You gotta follow me or get left.
I'm go. We gotta go. Let's. I'm walking.
All right,
Yeah.
sir.
And I'm
No
gonna
more.
tell him as we're leaving, I may not be able to find your sourdough for you, but I will propose tomorrow perhaps we have a friendly bake-off, and I bet you that I can outbake you.
Make this man kill himself.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm. We'll revisit it tomorrow, friends.
Sorry,
when I'm
Gus.
ready.
Fucking rock.
Sorry for Gus.
Best of luck to you, Sai.
Special bread. Special.
Special bread.
Alright, I'm gonna drop my disguise when they come up to me. I'm revert
Okay.
back to regular Eston.
You got it. You got it. You go ahead, drop the disguise as they eventually find you over here. As they keep up. And you guys have a moment of levity.
Can I examine this prison cell for some cracks?
Absolutely. Go to roll an investigation check. Go ahead. Roll an investigation
I
check.
don't know what to do.
There's
like
like
We don't need to do anything. We don't know.
We don't really have an obligation to him right now, so
investigation.
Yeah.
we're just gonna have to catch up to us.
He's not our bud.
Hey,
But
bud.
that's a 15.
A 15?
Yes. Sir.
Okay. You are able to see that the hinges of the door sill are actually quite rusted, as there's a drip of water that seems to just fall there constantly.
Call that erosion.
As the hinges look pretty rusted. As of right now, there's only one copper inside who is awake filling out paperwork at a desk. As he just kind of occasionally looks up. You look 2 cells down, because they're basically they're basically 4 cages that are right next to each other, and 1 cage down. So not the cage next to you, but 1 down. There is what looks to be a drunk old man just snoring away.
Hey, you.
Huh?
Oh, cool John bastard. What you doing in here?
Oh, I suppose I had a little bit of too much fun.
Right. Can you crap yourself right now?
Can I what?
Can you crap yourself right now for me, please?
Crap myself.
Just make a big distraction. Mess all over the place.
Sir, I am a distinguished gentleman.
I
As
see
you look
that.
at his tattered clothes.
Yeah, you
the
look real
clothes
nice.
of
You
hermit.
like you're going to the prom or something. But I need a distraction.
Sir, who do you think you're speaking to?
I think I'm the pirate about to bust out his cage, and I'll get you out with me too. I just need you to do something.
He sort of looks at you. He says, "You think you can get me out?"
I promise I can. I gotta get me out first, though.
Is that so? Hold on, let me find his voice. Is that so?
I promise. Hey, honor among thieves. You know, I'm the best thief there is. You know, I got caught because I wanted to. That's what I said. Me.
Oh, and why did you want to get caught?
Well, so I could come break you out. Come on.
Oh, is that so?
Come ça?
Well, then I might have a great reward for you.
Ooh. How about that? You got a gumbo recipe or something?
With that, the copper looks up and says, "You know I can hear you guys, right?"
No, I know. It's just me and him are doing this play tomorrow, and we're practicing our lines.
Roll deception checks.
Dumbest deception.
Give him a Grammy, dude.
Please, Oscar, isn't he?
Grammys for Grammys for TV.
17.
You're right.
17?
Yeah.
This might be the dumbest guard of all time.
He just sort of looks at you and he says, "Well, be it as it may, it sounds really suspicious, so enough of that."
Oh, sorry
As he
about
just
that.
sort of looks at you and he clearly believes you, but he's still like, well, that's still just
Very
weird.
suspicious.
Yeah,
Do you want to be help us practice for our lines?
I've got work to do.
Right. Okay. Well,
All
you
you have
look
to
real
do is-
busy.
all you
Just
have to do is open up
keep
the cell.
focusing.
Kid, you want to get fed tonight? Keep quiet.
Right. Yeah. I always put my foot in my mouth, so I'm pretty full. But you stay wholly focused on that word you're doing right there. Don't let none of the suspicious sounds we make over here distract you. Focus on your work. Now, old man, so next scene is where you make the big distraction. So practice that right now.
The old man says, righty old chap. As he kind of takes a deep breath in. He just screams.
Oh my god.
As he
And
does,
as he does that, you just hear the loudest.
and with that sound, I'm gonna take my boot off and I'm gonna and try and break the hinge.
With your boot?
With the
It's just like Shawshank Redemption. Wait for the thunderstorm, dude.
with the heel of my boot.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to try to kick the lower hinge first?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll kick the lower hinge.
Okay, make an unarmed strike.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Special team, special player.
10.
Oh.
Yeah, you go ahead. Just nothing. Copper looks up and says, "Stop that now."
Yeah, right. Okay. That one was a little quiet. Try it again.
The copper just looks at you and says, I know exactly what you guys are doing. He looks over. The old man this time goes ahead and just does that, and then he just looks at the guard. The guard looks at him. Where do you hope to accomplish? And he rolls up all over
24 to hit the hinge.
Huh?
24.
All right, what's the damage? Roll the damage. Roll the damage.
It's not gonna be a lot. 1.
Oh yeah.
1?
An unarmed strike is just your strength modifier.
Oh, dude, literally, it's just barely. You go ahead, kick it, and it cracks, but it's not completely out of place, as you would need to do 1 more point of damage to it. With that, the copper sees you doing that.
Did the hinge see me coming?
Huh?
Did the hinge see me coming?
It saw you coming, man.
I can't sneak attack that hinge. Come on.
Sneak
That's
attack
gotta be a surprise attack.
The hinge, man? Come on.
Just peg leg count as a finesse fucker.
You're gonna sneak attack the door?
No, he's not gonna sneak attack the door.
I'm gonna
like
say,
that.
okay, and the next scene is where I kick that hinge again. I'm gonna make another attack.
Oh, no, with that, the copper now kind of seeing that, hearing what's going on, kind of begins to like walk over and says, "Stop that now!" Before the old man just goes ahead and starts grabbing the bars, and he just looks to you and says, "Ah!" just rattling the cage
And I'm
as
gonna
best as he
say,
can.
wait a minute, this ain't in the script. He might be trying to break out here.
You got to get him, dude. He's breaking out.
No shot. As he's pulling on the bars, one of the hinges of that one actually pops off. And the copper goes, huh?
He breaking them hinges. Go get him.
As he just goes ahead, he goes to grab his whistle.
Wait, don't blow the whistle. It's just one old man him. You don't want to make a big stink over some crazy old man.
Roll initiative.
Oh my god.
30-20.
30-20? Okay, nice. It's going to be you, the old man, and then the guard.
All right. So, I'm gonna say, man, I can't stand somebody trying to break out. Make me want to kick that hinge, me. And I'm gonna kick that hinge.
Okay.
It's already open.
Go ahead.
No, his is.
Is the
Well, and it's only one hinge. Basically, the top hinge came undone.
So 22
22?
to hit mine.
That hits. And with that, you're able to go ahead and destroy the bottom hinge as the door sort of is kind of like haphazardly tilted like that.
Leave her enough to get out?
Yeah, if you want to go prone and use half your movement speed, you can.
I will do that.
Okay.
So then I'll have
Cop's just like,
15 feet left after that. So can I make it down the hall?
Yeah.
Can
The door is about 20 feet away.
Can I roll a stealth check first or something? Or just
You would have
Right there.
No, so you would have to get past the sails. So what it is that there's a door that's 5 feet away from you, then a hallway that leads to the door outside. So maybe once you like get past, but there's not really anywhere to hide.
okay. God, let me think. Okay, so I can get out if I want to.
He's a mastermind.
This is incredible.
He's a criminal.
So I'll crawl out and I'll walk over to the guard and the old man and I'll say, oh God, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sneak out and I'll just start walking towards the door. And I say, man, you better get him before he breaks out here. And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
I'll make it 15 feet towards the door.
Wow. Miraculous. Amazing. I'm honestly just caught off guard. I really don't know what to say. Oh boy.
That camera's still on, guys?
Huh?
That camera's still running?
Yep.
That hurts.
I'm looking at it on here.
Oh god.
That old man's a good actor. Him.
I can't spell it.
Oh, I think he's trying to get out.
Can you smell it?
With that, it is now the old man's turn. Seeing that you've escaped, you suddenly see as his eyes narrow, and he looks towards the guard, smiles. You see sharp teeth with grass, with like sort of green stains in them, as he holds his hand out and casts Disintegrate on the guard.
What? Who the heck is this guy?
Oh, Sean, you better run!
Kim, is it? Kim.
With that, the guard's gonna make a saving throw.
Who is this?
The guard fails. As suddenly he turns around, this burst of just green energy goes from his fingertips. The guard turns around. Oh, the gods! As it hits him in the face, and he just begins screaming as his flesh, then skull begins to melt. As he begins to melt into nothing but blood and ash as you stand there frozen.
I'm gonna stop and turn around and I'm gonna say, "You damn old Kuyon bastard. You that old voodoo man."
Oh, it's Walter.
He sort of looks to you.
Oh.
Wrong again, my friend. But I know of who you speak of. He goes ahead, touches the door of the cell, and you see as it suddenly turns into wood. The entire cage from iron to wood. And he just sort of grabs the cage door, rips it off, steps out as he begins to approach you. As you get closer, you can see his eyes now resemble that of a reptile. And he smiles with these razor sharp teeth that are stained green. You're not from around here, are you?
I'm not from any time close to here.
Indeed, you are not.
You said you know the old Kuyon though?
Oh, I know the old Kuyon, as you call him.
Well, if you see him, tell him he better uphold his end of the deal here.
Yes, you, Johnny Creedmoor, a man out of time. Wishing for nothing more than to meet your beloved wife once more. Wishing for nothing more than to seek retribution for your crew.
And honestly, right now, wishing nothing more than to empty my bladder. So, if you don't mind, I am a man at a time right now.
Charismatic, man.
I did you a favor. And
Well,
now,
I think I did you the favor. You was just sitting there while in your own piss. I broke us out of here. So, matter of fact, I was going to get some more help to come get you back.
be as it may, we both know that that's not a good idea to double cross me.
Well, I was gonna triple cross you and come back on the flip, and then it's just, you gotta have
Silence as he goes ahead and casts silence on you as you go to speak.
That's not very nice.
Oh wait, yeah, it is. I think it is a saving throw if you want.
I mean, yeah, sure. He's totally not over 35 or something.
Who is this?
I have no idea. Some reptile.
Joe.
I bet it's that old alligator hen.
Actually, okay, it's not that. But as he sort of looks at you, he no longer speaks with his mind. I mean, he no longer speaks with his vocal cords, but instead you hear his thoughts enter into your own. Johnny Creedmoor, I have a favor to ask you.
Well, before we do that, let's
You can't
level
talk.
up.
You can't talk.
We're in our heads, right? Can I talk back to him?
He refuses to acknowledge whatever you think of.
Darn.
As he looks at you and he says, because of what's happened on this day, you owe me the same that I owe you. You inspired me to break out of here. Let's make a deal of our own, my friend. You see, I helped you out of here. And if you so desire, I can arrange a meeting between you and the Kuyo. But I need you to do me just a teeny eensy little favor. The son who knows no parents needs you to get close. I need you to look after him. Can you do that for me?
Will he listen to my thoughts?
He does.
Well, I'm already pretty close to him, I think. So, I mean, I look out for him all the time. I've been looking out for him for a long time, actually.
Then we are well met, my friend.
We talking about the same one, right?
Say again.
I said we talking about the same kid with no parents, huh?
You'll soon find out.
Oh,
Yeah?
real quick before you go. So you knew my name, and I don't make no deals with somebody that I don't know their name. So we don't have a deal unless we disclose that information on this given time.
Yes, we do.
Do we? I never shake nobody's hand, me.
Spits into his hand, holds it out.
Well, I just told you the conditions. I mean, you have your conditions, I have mine, you know.
My name. Call me a friend. How about a title? The Ageless Stranger.
Ageless stranger, okay. Yeah, that don't sound suspicious to me at all.
As you go to shake his hand, where he had spit, you suddenly smell smoking flesh as the spit almost seems to burn into your hand. You pull away, seeing his spit having melted all the way through. As you look up, you see him smiling with those vicious teeth as he just goes, I'll see you soon, old Creedmoor.
I sure hope not. You kind of an ugly old bastard, you.
He says, oh, there's uglier things than me out there.
All right, then. Well, I'm glad I got to help you bust out of here. I got to go shake the dew off my lily. So I see you when I see you, I guess, huh?
Indeed.
All
As
right.
he snaps his fingers, as he does so, there is a puff of smoke. You smell a sort of acrid, almost sulfuric smell from that smoke as he's nowhere to be seen. You look back to your hand to see that it's been completely healed.
Man, how he do that, him?
And with that, that'll conclude the first episode of Smoking Gun.
That Doug Hoover?
Huh?
That's my thoughts.
Doug Gruber?
No, I think it's the It Clown from Stephen King.
No, it's definitely
It
not.
can take different forms. It's not just a clown.
Only time will
Because
tell.
it's in the Stephen King universe and it has fangs and it can appear and disappear.
Well, Stephen King inspired. Stephen King inspired.
Yeah,
Say, why would he just bust that out of nowhere?
I think it might be.
I don't know.
It-
He's
it
an
could-
entity. He's literally an entity like Walter.
Well, there's only one way that we'll find out who he is, and that is in possibly the next episode.
Woo!
Oh,
Guys, we want to thank you for joining us for this
Oh,
first
I know.
episode of Smoking Gun. It's an honor to have you here. I'm trying to think of a way to close it out, and I'm not going to
Like and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok as well for all the latest clips and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, appreciate you guys and welcome to our little world.
Will the baker find his sourdough again? Will
It's in
Karis
my stomach.
make a better sourdough than him?
Well, Karis, make
We
that
figure
baker
out how
commit
to say
suicide.
predestination.
It's prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. Worcestershire sauce.
Prestidigitation.
Will Heston finally make it to the brothel? We'll see.
And if you want to see some more,
We
then
can
on
only
Johnny
hope.
Creedmoor, you come on back.
It's because the guy wouldn't take my advice, alright? That's why it took so long.
Bye, guys.